voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Well, welcome into the Annie Frey Show. We are so excited right now to be on location. We don't get to do this incredibly often, but it seems like whenever we do, we get to meet and talk to, shake hands with, take photos with the very best that St. Louis has to offer. And I'm talking about Heroes Care Mission Depot. We are located in High Ridge right now, live noon to 3. And I am so excited to be able to be a part of this. John Jerome, who is the president and CEO of HEROESCare, is going to join us in about 20 minutes or so to talk to us about what is taking place out here and how you can benefit from HEROESCare Mission Depot, and more importantly to the masses, how you can support it, how you can show up with your time and your talent and be a part of something positive. And, you know, I will say that in the last 24 hours, 36 hours, or mostly 24 hours, in the wake of the shooting that took place at that Nashville Christian school, I'm struggling. I am having a serious, I don't know if it's an emotional, mental conflict, and just, it's hard to put the facts of the last 24 hours into my head and think, how am I going to come onto the radio and how am I going to talk about this? How am I going to present this story to you while you are sitting on your lunch break listening and you want to know what the details are? And the details become so incredibly heavy. It's difficult to understand the world we're living in right now, how it can function the way it does, and seeing the evil that is out there. And I have, in the last 24 hours on Twitter especially, you can follow us at Annie Frey Show, been communicating with people both on Twitter and also in private messages about, like, how do you take this world that we live in right now and move forward? And honestly, the solution is to go do something positive. If you have frustrations, if you have uncertainty, if you have fear about what is taking place in the world right now, the number one thing you can do is take that and go make somebody else's day. In a world where we are constantly watching people serve themselves, the world spins on self-centeredness these days. Everybody is seeking an opportunity to make themselves happy. Everybody is seeking an opportunity to, squash some fears or concerns that they have inside of them. And the reality is that you will find joy when you decide to make somebody else's day. And I am sitting, it's like divine intervention that I have the opportunity today to sit in here. And after speaking with John Jerome, they've had every era of veteran come through here today. There's a World War II veteran here today. There are people who are my age. I'm 38. My generation, I've told this before, but I was 17. I was a senior in high school on September 11th, 2001. And my friends, people who I had known for a lifetime, decided after those towers were hit, I'm going to sign up to fight for America. I want to put myself in a position to support what was attacked. And those people are, 40 now. They're in their early 40s. They are veterans. And HEROESCare, John Jerome, all of the volunteers that I see walking around here, they get that. They see that. It's not, if you think veterans and you think, World War II veterans, or if you think elderly people, that is absolutely not the case. There are individuals who come back from serving and they need assistance reacclimating themselves into civilian life. And HEROESCare is doing that. It is the Lord's work, and we are sitting here in High Ridge at Mission Depot, supporting this, bringing awareness to it, and we are so grateful to have been invited to do it. Ryan, what do you think of what you're seeing today?
I think it's amazing to see so many people here, not only because of the offer that is given to veterans with all the things that are here. I mean, it's beyond what I expected when we pulled up. Didn't realize this building was so big until you get on the inside, and there's a lot in here. But it's also it's active duty military. I see U.S. Army in full fatigues right now. Hi. I saw them, bending down to help veterans try on boots. Not as easy to get over these days, so they're having trouble tying them. They're just getting down and tying the boots for them. I also see people wearing HEROESCare shirts who are just volunteers here to do the same thing. So it's a lot of people all here just serving each other and serving veterans.
Hannah, you've been here with me helping set up and everything and been able to talk to people. There's a lot of smiles in this room right now.
There's a ton of smiles in this room right now. Everybody seems really happy to be here, happy to help. It is super, super warming to the heart.
Yeah. So, Brad, you are looking at the same thing we're looking at. I think the important thing to understand is the value of what people can partake here is all new stuff. This is not used. This is not donations from people who are, I don't need this anymore. This is all new stuff that veterans, active duty, people who are not yet deployed, anybody who is serving this country can come in here monthly and help themselves and be helped by other people who understand what they're going through. What do you think?
Yeah, so for me, like, this is a little bit interesting because I have spent most of my time leading up to the show with my head down trying to prepare stuff, and really in the last 5 minutes is the first time that I actually was able to look up and watch what's going on around me. And I think that's such a great picture of what we do as a society. Sometimes we get so focused on what it is that we're doing that we forget about all the things that are going on around us. And you look up and you see veterans helping veterans. You see active duty helping people. You see people who care helping people. You see this great opportunity for anybody to reach out and to say, you know what, it's not about me. It's about the other person. Mm-hmm. And you get a great chance to do that, to see that out here. And now that I've actually looked up, this is amazing to look around and see all this that's going on. And this place, like Ryan said, is huge.
It is huge, and it's just full of amazing people and products and people in uniform. It's great.
So we're going to do a show today, and we are, like I said, live broadcasting from Heroes Care Mission Depot. You can go to HEROESCare.com and, HEROESCare.org and learn more about this environment. And did you say civilians, John? Did you say civilians can come in at 2?
Yeah, if they want to learn how to.
If they want to see it and partake in what's going on here, come see us at 2 p.m. And like I said, we'll speak with John Jerome here in about 10 or 15 minutes or so, and sit down and let him talk about what this place is and what it means to him and what it's meant to so many other different people. But we are going to do a regular show. In the 1 o'clock hour, we have Jim Carafano. I'm excited to talk to him about TikTok. I'm excited to talk to him. There is a political battle taking place right now between Republicans and Democrats, within Republicans and Democrats, who are questioning the appropriate reaction to TikTok. Is TikTok actually the threat that it's being made out to? Is TikTok something that the government should step in with regulation and say, no, you're not going to use this in America? Is it like Huawei or what was the other not FTE? What was there was another phone company or phone device or whatever, and it's a China product. And we have in the past, we have a history of saying, no, you're not going to use this here. China has implemented certain things that are not in America's best interest, and in fact, they're actively in America's disinterest, and we are going to step in here and we are going to make a call. Is it appropriate? Well, Jim Carafano, certainly as somebody who cares deeply about foreign and security policy and is one of the best people you could talk to about what kind of threat TikTok is or is not to America. We'll talk to him about that at 1:05. I'm excited to have that conversation. And then Deroy Murdock is going to join us as well at 1:25, and we'll talk to him about something that he has excited to talk about with us at that point. I want to touch back on the shooting yesterday, because a lot of watching the details unfold. What did we carry? 2 press conferences and the president yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we were hearing about this stuff live on the air. We were bringing it to you so you could hear about it, and we were reacting in real time. And the arc of the conversation surrounding this shooting in Nashville, Tennessee, at Covenant Presbyterian Church and School. We were airing, I think it might have been on Kill Me, but we were airing on 97.1. People were talking about waiting to find out exactly what we would know about the shooter. And somebody said, they referred to the shooter as a he. And they said, well, obviously this will be a he, because it's always a he. And then we found out in the middle of the show that it was a female suspected teenager. And then after we find out that it's a female teenager, we find out, no, in fact, it's a 28-year-old female. And then it wasn't until after our show let out. So we had been covering this for a while. It wasn't until after that they designated that this individual identified as a transgender male. And is that a necessary part of the conversation? Is that part of this story that needs to be talked about? I think it's really necessary that we stop looking for all the boxes that you can check in any of these instances and assume that that box that you check is going to speak for anybody else who checks that box. And, you know, I said this yesterday, like in a fit of rage probably, because I was pretty upset about it. What I said yesterday when we were waiting to find out if it was a man or a male or a female or whatever, the idea that it would be a female, what kind of efforts have we as a country really invested in improving the culture that exists around young males, young troubled males, people who are out there right now who may not be feeling welcomed in this society, who may have felt isolated, who have been potentially isolated within their own environments. I mean, we have such a snap reaction to having a conversation about firearms and weapons. Didn't President Biden say there was an AK-47 involved? That was not anything that was detailed in any of the information that was provided. The report said assault-style rifles. Well, what the heck is that? I don't even know that Joe Biden would know. He's the kind of guy who knows what the shotgun with 2 shots that you fire off of your balcony. That's the type of weapon I think that Joe Biden understands. We got flack yesterday for airing the Joe Biden speech because here's the truth. This is how this works on radio. So I'm just going to give you a peek behind the curtain of broadcasting on the radio. We have the ability to, when we see something like President Biden, we see him, he's going to be speaking live. We're watching it. We're waiting for it. If we're in the middle of a conversation, if we're in the middle of an interview, as soon as we see that he is speaking, we wrap up the point, we wrap up the interview that we're on, and then we have the ability to pause it. It gets delayed like 30 seconds, maybe a minute, depending on what the situation is, but we get right to it. A lot of times in radio, what ends up happening is people just stop what they're doing and abruptly change over to the breaking news or the press conference or whatever. What we decide to do is give you the whole entire thing and transition as quickly as we can. So we're seeing in the studio that the president is speaking because it was told to the media that he would be speaking from this women's business summit.
Yep.
So it was a scheduled event for him to speak at, not one that would be televised. The presidents do that type of stuff at the White House all day, every day. People come, they have the opportunity to be in the White House, to potentially have the ear of somebody in the administration, to influence policy, or to be heard or whatever. The Women's Business Summit is there. The president is going to speak at it. Well, the media gets notified that he's going to speak at this event and he is going to address the situation, the breaking news at hand. The president knew when he went out in front of that podium, should have known that it was going to be covered live. When you listen to how the president reacted after he was taking to the podium and knowing that the media was going to be covering what they were talking about, how is it that he can walk out
My name is Joe
and
Biden.
say this?
I'm Dr. Joe Biden's husband. And I ate Jenny's ice cream, chocolate chip. I came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream. By the way, I have a whole refrigerator full upstairs. You think I'm kidding?
It's really unbelievable. So we aired this yesterday live. And when I say live, it was delayed like 30, 45 seconds maybe.
Yeah.
It was not live, but it was just a hair delayed, only so we could wrap up the point and make sure we could get it from where it was onto the air. And there are people questioning whether or not we scooped the no pun intended, scooped the president to put him on there and make him look like a fool. No. He did that all by himself.
My jaw was to the floor. I was running the board yesterday, and, we pull in Biden's conferences often, and it said that he was speaking
Yeah,
about the shooting.
Fox News was covering it that
Yes.
way. And it says in the lower third, so we pop it up because, like I said, we haven't heard this before. We're taking it effectively live. And it is funny to me that people would be like, why are you airing this? This is not his comment. We're like, we know these are not the comments. He got around to it, and when the president did get around to talking about the issue, it was about gun policy. It wasn't about the families that were mourning. It wasn't about the church community, the Nashville, Tennessee community that was mourning. He took it as an opportunity to push a gun ban and to take a dig at the Republicans who hadn't supported it yet. This is the world we are living in. This is the reality. It's shaking fists at the sky because you disagree with the way that the politicians are acting it's going to change literally nothing. None of it's going to change. The only thing that's going to affect any change going into 2024, the only thing that when we choose to elect a new president, whether it's a different Democrat or one of the Republicans that are in 588 days when that presidential election takes place, the only thing that's going to make a difference is you. And investing in the idea that there is something here in this country that's worth fighting for, that's worth protecting, that's worth being proud of. That's it. It's up to you, because the people who are fighting for offices, they just want to win their election. It's the game. It's the way it's played. We have to be an influence on those people who choose to represent us, and we have to be ever present once they get elected. Today's YouTube live chat poll, are you proud to be an American? Yes or no? There is a Wall Street Journal poll out there that says that, you know what, the Americans don't have the same dream that they used to before. And there is a poll out there that says that maybe it's not the same thing. The future for America doesn't look as bright as the past has. And if you were part of that, I want to know about that. Leave a comment on the YouTube poll and tell us why you are or are not proud. I sure hope this is an overwhelming, resounding yes, but maybe it won't be. We're going to take a quick break here. When we return, John Jerome is standing by. He is... he's the guy. He's the one who's helped put this together and grow HEROESCare. He's the president and CEO of HEROESCare. Go to HEROESCare.org while we wait to return and learn a little bit about Mission Depot and what is taking place here right in front of our eyes. We are on location in High Ridge. And when we return, we'll speak with the man himself, John Jerome, on the Annie Frey Show.
Face down in the desert now. There's a cage locked around my heart.
When you're looking for the best jewelry in town, I want to introduce you to The Diamond Shop. If you look online at thediamondshop.net, you'll instantly be able to see some of the absolutely gorgeous pieces that they have available for your perusal. When you walk into the store, it's in Clayton now. They've been in St. Louis since 1910, but they've been in Clayton for quite a while. You walk in and you immediately just see the glitter and the shine and the just absolutely breathtaking pieces that they have available for you. Now, if you don't find what you're looking for, or maybe you want something customized, maybe you want a grandmother's ring turned into a pendant, maybe you want a set of earrings turned into a nice ring, whatever it might be, you go into the Diamond Shop and they can customize things exactly for you. They'll listen to where this piece came from, and they will walk you through the process of making you a beautiful, new, unique piece that's going to put a perpetual smile on the face of your loved one. Become a VIP and check out their website. Go to thediamondshop.net.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right nice soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
877-25rhino.com.
When you're approaching retirement, there are a lot of questions to answer. Do you have enough money to fund your income for life? How should you claim Social Security? And what's your plan for health care and long-term care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 11 on 97.1 FM Talk. Don't leave your retirement to chance. It's crucial to understand and address relevant risks before you retire. Our team can help you get organized, guide you through critical retirement decisions, and create an investment portfolio designed around your needs. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com. Or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
HEROESCare is celebrating their 20th anniversary, and the Annie Frey Show will be there today at the all-new Mission Depot at HEROESCare in High Ridge. Stop by and help us support this military-focused pursuit. Learn more at 971talk.com/events.
On a plane bound west, I see her stretching out below. Land, blessed motherland.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show, broadcasting live from HEROESCare in High Ridge at Mission Depot, and we have John Jerome with us right now. President and CEO, and that's been for what, almost 16 years?
20 years.
20
I'm the founder.
Years? Oh, man, the founder. You've done so much from the first care package, John, that you put together. You told us the other day it was with your daughter.
Yeah, she was 3 years old. The other one was 11. They should be here shortly.
Okay.
But we started with 13 care packages. We got some of the best letters back. We did 35 again. After that, we did 1,000. And it's been this way ever since.
So you started with a care package that was something you wanted to do with your daughter, and then it's grown into this. So what is this, John? What are we looking at here in High Ridge? What have you built?
It's an evolution of the support that we've been giving the military for the past 20 years. As we said, we started with care packages. We went into emergency financial. We went to one-on-one support. As the military progressed in their needs, we changed with those needs. And at this point in time, what I see is our military, we need to get them into their VA benefits. We need to get their wills updated. We need to do a lot of things that are follow-up to what the war created. And I think in the past wars, all of that follow-up support is missing. Yeah. And we're just following up on what we should have done in the other wars we're doing now.
Amen to that. So we're speaking with John Jerome, and he is Mr. HEROESCare. Go to HEROESCare.org and learn more about what is taking place here today. Let's talk about some of the services, because there's a lot of things that you offer here, but you do offer a lot of services as well, which is incredibly valuable. You've shown me around the whole space here, job placement, haircuts, clothing people if they have a job interview, or maybe their new job requires nicer clothes than they have. Mm-hmm. Also, like different legal services. Walk us through what somebody who comes to HEROESCare Mission Depot, what they can experience.
Well, the starting point is the things, all the donated items that our donors give to us to say thank you for their service, and how do we make their life better? How can I bring them in? Well, if I take $300 off of their budget spending on diapers or a suit or anything else, it's $300 they get to keep.
Yeah.
Well, while they're here, we can get them their veterans benefits. We have VSOs that are here. We have a legal team that's going to be here that will take care of anything but a divorce and anything criminal. But then we'll also have job placement. So we'll have employers, any employer that's looking for a veteran, give us a call. We'll let you talk to our veterans that are here every day. Like you said, haircutting. It's how do we make a one-stop shop that is for the veteran, designed for a personal approach, not a website approach.
Okay, so if somebody is active duty, is a veteran, is just signed up, if they're serving our country, they can come here.
They can come here.
If they're the family of them, like how does that work? What about a spouse of somebody who's deployed?
As long as you register the service member, the spouse can come in and shop for them.
All right, and
they get that once a month.
There's tons of items here, like household items, clothing items, like small appliances even here, stuff for children, clothes for children. If you want to partake in this monthly, what is the cost to the service person, the veteran who comes here?
They've already paid the cost. It's free. They've already paid the price for our freedom, and it's our way of saying thank you and making their life a little better. And they deserve it. They deserve our follow-up care, and that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, I think one of the highlights, at least about the things, the clothing, the shoes, Hannah, I know that you were checking out some of this stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
It's all new stuff.
It is. There's price tags on these. These are nice items.
New, not used.
Yes, new. I just looked at a tag that was a $130 pair of boots on sale.
I love how you highlight the on sale part. In the back, there's some Coach purses.
Oh, wow.
Some really nice name brand high-end dresses. You were telling me a story
Ralph
about
Lauren.
a service, if a service person comes in and their daughter is going to prom.
Yeah, we have all the dresses from Michael Kors. They sent us 1 year 19 tractor trailers of purses and dresses.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
We have donors, Kate Spade gave us 9 trucks, and Coach gave us 9. So
wow.
Everything comes in new, and we have donors from around the country. The boots that you're looking at came directly from Chuck's Boots.
That's great. That's right here.
That's right up the hill.
I was thinking about going to Chuck's Boots on my way home.
And some of these things are ostrich. They came in with $1,200 price tags.
That's great. And
But we need the volunteers to come in because what our donors want is them to be marked so that they can't be returned, but they want it to go out to these families. And we need volunteers to help us do that so we can make events like this happen.
So you are putting together, to me, it's like I see you pulling all of these different strings and tying them together in a really nice bow for a perfect cause. And this does not happen with just John's time.
Oh, no.
There are a lot of people, I see them right now, who are volunteering their time, who may have served, maybe they haven't served, but they've seen a need and they've shown up. If there's somebody out there who hears what we're talking about today and says, I think that I've got some hours that this is a really good cause. What are some options of what they can do to sign up?
All they have to do is go to our website, go to the calendar, and if they want to just show up one day, they just pick the day that they want to come in, put in their name and phone number, and show up.
And what do they do when they get here?
They can do anything from de-tagging or escorting our veterans around the store, whatever they feel comfortable with. We have volunteers that run our Facebook page. We have people that do our website. Anything is possible. Just bring in your talents.
So you just show up and say, how can I help? And then you figure out what works. There's no set skill that needs to be, just a heart to help.
So I learned a long time ago whenever I was talking to accountants, and I'd say, hey, you want to come volunteer? And they say, yes, but every charity asks me to be their accountant. I don't want to do that. And they come in and they do something entirely different, and that makes it fun for them.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense.
That's where we find that one place that you want to be, and we make it your own little spot. You'll notice people have taken control over here. You've seen me not doing much.
Yeah.
That's because these are all volunteers. They are not paid staff. They take control of what's going on. This is their place more than mine.
I see diapers over there.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen pallets of diapers from HEROESCare before when we were out at Ruler Foods to support Princess Storm on our sister station, Hot 104.1, to support her diaper drive. You showed up with pallets of diapers. Your charitable efforts don't really just stop here. You're able to use this place to pay it forward, not just in our community, but around the whole country.
We locally partner with around 180 local charities, and then charities around the country through our network, through our contact in New York. But what makes it really interesting is that whenever we can get charities to partner with us, that they find a way to connect to the military whenever I need their services. And by us being able to have these other items, it makes it easier for them to do their job and for us to do ours. When you said, how do you volunteer? You all showed up today. How many people are listening today that are going, hey, I'd like to do something, and you're giving them that opportunity? There's your volunteerism.
Yeah, you just got to step up. It's a difficult. I think it was you that was saying before that there are people who have come back from service who did not get this kind of treatment. And I would imagine, I've seen, you pointed out a World War II vet, which warms my heart because my grandpa was a World War II vet. He's no longer with us. But this country has received their veterans back home over the course of generations differently. And I am very in tune with people who signed up to serve post 9/11, because that's kind of my generation. And I worry, especially in the wake of events that have taken place in the last year or two, people who served in Iraq, people who served in Afghanistan, the mental headspace that they are in. They're probably not going to hear, oh, you go to Mission Depot and you get a bunch of this stuff just for being a service member. They're not necessarily going to run to the door and partake. But we have an obligation as a society, as Americans, to participate in making this happen for those people so that when they do decide to come get the help that they absolutely deserve, that we treat this generation
entirely different,
as best as we can possibly do it.
Yeah, and any of your listeners that know somebody that was served in the National Guard, served in the military, go up to them and say, hey, it's time for us to come up to the Mission Depot. I've made an appointment. Make an appointment, come on up, and you take them through. Because what I've found with our military is they're not going to say, I'm going to come up. Somebody has to kind of bring them.
Yeah.
And that's the enticement of, hey, if you need a new suit, we've got it. If you need something, come and get it. But it's the next door neighbor coming and bringing them, or their friend or family member, bringing them down here. Not only is it going to be great for the service member, but for that family member to go, hey, we got him into the next step. My big thing right now is a lot of our Guard and Reserve last deployment was 2014 and 15. Well, their last will, they had to have a full will in place before they could deploy.
Yeah.
They haven't updated that will for 8 years.
Life changes a lot in 8 years, especially those 8 years.
And that's where they can come in here and free of charge in less than an hour, update their will, have a brand new one, have it notarized, boom, you're done. You now have things in place. And it's one of those things that, even just any of you guys and me, doing a will was not something I wanted to do.
Right. Yeah.
Let alone having to do it every other year.
For sure.
And then, hey, I forgot that this thing, we need to change this.
Well, John, I want you to put an invitation out there for the people who are listening right now to come shop, to come volunteer, to come help, to come see it. When can they come? How does the system work? Who do you want to come when?
Just anybody that would like to. The military, of course, come in and shop. Any of the civilians out there that own a company, if you have service hours that you guys do, a lot of companies want to do service projects. You can bring up to 80 people here at one time, and we'll put you to work.
Do you have to be a certain age to help?
Over 13.
13.
Yeah. Or we have a junior.
My son will be here in just a minute.
We have a junior hockey team. Their kids are between 8 to 12, and they actually do care package collections at their hockey games, and then they come in here and they make 150, 200 care packages at the end of the season. That's cool.
It's so easy to be helpful. It's so easy. You just have to make an active decision to be a part of something. And I know that in my mind, I will get involved in something and feel like, oh, this is just a small thing. This isn't that big. But as soon as you become a part of something, you realize you are a part of something that is big.
That makes huge differences in their lives.
Yeah.
Real quick story.
Sure.
A long time ago when we sent out that first 1,000 care packages, 7 years later, getting concealed carry license, talking to a Marine, and he's describing his favorite care package. And he's describing one of ours to the T. And we're just, handwritten on the note, on the fingers, yes, it was one of his care packages that we had sent. He said, well, the lady who made the care package wrote me a nice letter, and I wrote her back. And we pen palled through 2 more deployments. She's now my wife.
Wow. Well done.
It's one of those stories that you just go, That's a World War II story.
Wow.
That didn't happen to us. And those things happened. I tell people, if you hang around here for a day, you will see a miracle.
Man, that's awesome.
You watched out here service members putting shoes on other service members. It's that human touch that says, hey, we all care. And it's that boost, that one little boost, that smile that may be what keeps them from committing suicide or having those thoughts. And that's what we're here to do, and that's what every one of these smiling volunteers do every day. And they get the blessing of saying thank you to service members that have done so much every single day.
John, we thank you, and I'm sure that when you see stuff like this, it warms your heart, but we want to make sure that you understand how grateful we are that you're doing this for the community, and we are very grateful that you gave us the opportunity to come be a part of this and shine a bigger spotlight on it, and we might visit with you again later on in the show if you're okay with that.
All right.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to step into Wiggins America and hear what Ryan has to say, so do not go away. Reminder, too, to go vote on the YouTube live chat poll. Are you proud to be an American? We want your comments today why you voted the way you did, yes or no. We will be right back with Wiggins America after this.
Free, though it sometimes means we don't get along. 'Cause say, no, we're not the same.
It's all about scheduling, isn't it? Just having a home dentist helps with that so much because you have those reminders that you need to get your teeth cleaned every 6 months, certainly every year. If you haven't done it in over a year, give my friend Dr. Ty Parker a call and make him your home dentist. They make it very, very easy to make appointments, which is pretty much 90% of the battle. Appointments late on some days up to 7 o'clock in the evening, appointments early on some days. That's just to fit your schedule. And then reminders as you go, too, that, hey, it's been about 6 months. They're not going to bother you, but they will remind you because that's part of the battle, getting it on the schedule. So go to FountainFamilyDentistry.com. They're in Fairview Heights, Illinois, but they're easy to get to from no matter where you are. They're right off of Highway 64. So FountainFamilyDentistry.com, not only for teeth cleanings, which you need to do, but for whitening, for those sleep apnea mouth guards that I talk about all the time. For clear braces, they do those there. Fountains Family Dentistry, make them your home dentist, and they make it easy for you. FountainFamilyDentistry.com.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for the Honor Flight today at gsl.honorflight.org. And for heating services, visit aircomfortservice.com.
The narrative. Thanks for making 97.1 FM Talk your home for conservative talk.
Tune into the Del Walmsley Radio Show. Del, self-made millionaire and founder of Lifestyles Unlimited, will show you how to live the life of your dreams and pay for it with passive income.
Listen to the Del Walmsley Radio Show this Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m. on 97.1 FM Talk.
Play ball! Step up to the plate by donating your old car to Goodwill and get 4 box seats to a 2022 Cardinal game. Your car donation to Goodwill will help people right here in St. Louis. Donating is easy and towing is free. Plus, you'll get Cardinal tickets compliments of the St. Louis Cardinals. Donate online at mersgoodwill.org. Must mention promo code Cardinals. Hurry while supplies last.
Hi, this is Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group.
Hi, I'm Bob Kershaw, Tom's nephew. As a family business, we are committed to protecting your retirement, whether you're nearing retirement or already retired. What if it were possible to protect you from market downturns without having to make an emotional decision to buy or sell? What if you could take advantage of a strategy that would automatically take you out of harm's way during the bad years and position you for the growth opportunity during the good years?
The secret is in linking safely to the market without putting your principal at risk. By linking to the market instead of owning the market, you can participate safely on autopilot and lock in your gains without creating a taxable event. Go online at retirementkey.com for a no-obligation retirement review. Learn the strategies that have helped our clients retire with confidence for the past 36 years. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of our latest edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. So go online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
If you own a small business, you know the value of time. GetRefunds.com does too. That's why they've made it easy, no matter how busy you are, to apply for the Employee Retention Credit, or ERC. Go to GetRefunds.com to get started, and in less than 8 minutes, see if your business qualifies for ERC assistance. Your business may be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee kept on payroll during COVID-19. GetRefunds.com has already helped clients claim over $3 billion in payroll tax refunds through the ERC. And they may be able to help your business too. There's no upfront charge either. They don't get paid until your business gets its refund. Many businesses believe they won't qualify based off incomplete or outdated information, so don't let this opportunity pass you by, because this payroll tax refund is only available for a limited time. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
Of being at Heroes Care today out in High Ridge here at Mission Depot, their 20th anniversary, and the grand opening of this Mission Depot. One of the things that they do here at Heroes Care is job placement. And so I was looking at some of the job numbers and just looking over what it takes to get a job right now. In light of the fact, I don't think that anybody sitting here or really anybody listening is looking down the road at the economy and going, oh my gosh, things are, over the next couple of years, things are going to be great. Mm-hmm. I don't know that anybody is looking forward to the next couple of years in the economy. However, one bright point that has remained, and we'll see if it does, is the fact that unemployment rates are still low. That doesn't always include everybody who's not looking for a job, but the unemployment rate is still at 3.6%. That's good. We should celebrate what we have to celebrate there. But I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about maybe your own job situations. Hannah, you know, much more recent to these things than we are, some of us. But I was looking through some articles that just talk about some of the reasons that people may not be looking for work.
Okay.
And things that are sort of hindrances to getting jobs.
I have a big one to guess.
Please go ahead, and I'll tell you if it's one of these things.
Still receiving money from COVID?
That's part of
COVID
it,
benefits?
but that's not necessarily what these people are saying. That's, I think, a broader sort of political reason to it.
Okay, what are these
But
people
we're talking
saying?
about individuals and saying, like, here's the reason I'm so frustrated in finding a job right now. And one of them is that it takes so long to not only apply for a job, but also to hear back and then go through the process, only to find out sometimes that you didn't get the job. And I don't know if you guys have been through this process. I have a few times where it's almost a full-time job to look for a job. And
I would think it would be easier now since everything's online.
Well, certainly. I mean, that.
What kind of jobs are these, though? Like,
you're talking about not necessarily jobs that are
career jobs?
Yeah, career jobs, not the help wanted in the window necessarily. But you're talking about trying to find a career job, and these people are saying, one of the reasons that I've almost stopped looking is that it takes so long to go through the process.
That's a really bad reason to not go through the process. I don't know if we're supposed to react to that or not, but I don't know. It's going to take forever for that job to come through. I'm not going to try.
Well, tell me if
not great.
This is tell me if you blame the company for this, because this is the kind of stuff that I thought, yes, you have to go through the process. You have to still do that. I mean, even to apply for unemployment, you still have to go through the process and show that you're looking for a job. But this is the one that I thought, that does drive me crazy. It says that this is one person says she learned out of the 4 to 30 jobs that she went through the trouble of viewing for, roughly 120 of them were frozen, as in they were posted publicly because you legally have to do that, but they had no intention of ever hiring somebody because they already knew who they were going to hire. That drives me crazy.
I believe that. Just time out. I'm looking at that coat over there, Hannah.
I was looking at that too. I couldn't even focus because I'm like, wow.
We're looking at that white coat. Pick that one. That's
yeah,
a good
that
one.
is gorgeous.
That looks good on you.
Yep. Pick that one.
I will like that.
I know.
That's beautiful.
That's so funny.
I love watching these people come in here and get to look at this brand new stuff. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So it just some of these things I think, and some of them you'd blame the market, some of them you'd blame the process, because I don't necessarily, I don't know about you, Brad, but I don't necessarily blame a company for making it always difficult to jump through a lot of hoops. You want to know who you're hiring.
Yeah, I think an employer wants to make sure that they get a quality employee. I mean, we've all experienced what it's like, in customer service and stuff like that, whenever there's not a quality employee there assisting you or not assisting you, however it works out for you. So, yeah, as a company, your biggest asset and your biggest expense is your employees, and you want to make sure that you have the right people for the job doing a good job.
It's let's not gloss over the fact that there are a lot of things that are put in place that require people so they can check boxes to not just be able to hire the right person when they walk in the door. Because that absolutely happens. Oh, you got to interview this many people. You got to interview this many kinds of people. You're the right guy for the job. You walk in, you're a man, you got experience in it. Oh, nope, we got to interview 3 ladies before we can. Basically, those types of rules imply that nobody is capable of hiring people without the implicit possibility of racism, sexism, phobias, and all of that. We just default to you can't be trusted with doing the right thing and being kind.
Yeah, it's typical of the government to come in and say, well, I can solve this problem. And in fact, they're not solving anything. They're actually making it harder on people to even apply for those jobs because they're going through this process that, like this girl said, sometimes it lasts 4.5 weeks. She just had one time she went on 6 interviews for one job and then didn't end up with that job. And part of that is these government qualifications that they add to everything. I'm thinking, I don't know if all of us here still have to do this, but one of the things that I've had to do even while working at Odyssey, was fill out a timesheet every week. And I was full-time, and I still had to fill out a timesheet, and it was completely useless.
Right.
It was that the government said, well, this is to protect workers. They were doing nothing to actually protect me, but they looked like they were because I had to fill out a timesheet to prove it, what I was doing.
Well, yeah, and then, if you're like me and you've got a lot of stuff on your plate and you forget sometimes, then you've got to go through a whole process just to make sure you got paid. So the government wants...
We all had to remind Brad for a while, don't forget to fill out your time sheet.
Yeah, Brad hates getting paid.
That is not the case. But, the government regulation to protect me actually, delayed my paycheck a couple times.
Yeah, and it adds layers to even our company. I'm just using this as an example because that's where we are. But you have to have then more HR workers who check up on all the workers to make sure they're doing this mindless thing that doesn't actually protect anybody. And Hannah's just gone through this process too, and it's a little bit, I don't want to say, like you said, Annie, that you shouldn't have to go through this process. You still have to work hard to get a job. You have to work hard. Get it. But at some point, I do understand when somebody goes, man, I've applied for 100 jobs in the last month, and I've spent all of my days doing all this work, and yet there's nothing on the back end.
Brad's wife just commented on the stream. Thanks for the reminders for Brad.
You're welcome, Terry.
Yeah.
So, I think there are things that I would love to see. We're dealing with so many bigger problems as a nation, but employment is important. The economy is very, very important, and little things like this add up. And I think we're at a place now where, because we've trusted that the government always has our best in mind, we've allowed so many of these little ticky-tacky things to prevent people from getting into the job force that otherwise would want to because of all the regulations. And I just would like to see people who are in government, and even more of at a local level, step in and say, you know what, let's not have all these barriers to entry just because the government feels good about saying they're doing something.
All right, well, we're going to come back in a little bit, and we are going to talk with Jim Carafano. We're going to ask him about TikTok. Is TikTok the big, bad thing that it is being made out to? Is the proper response to solving that problem, is it to ban it? Is the government stepping in to serve this purpose Is that the right way to go about it? You guys remember Huawei? Because there was a government action for that Chinese company as well. Is that similar to what we are experiencing here right now with TikTok? What does Jim Carafano have to say about that? Well, just stick around and you'll find out. The YouTube live chat poll for today: are you proud to be an American? Man, from where I'm sitting right now, I have never been more proud to be an American, and I hope that you'll come to the Annie Frey YouTube channel and vote in that poll. And ultimately, we want your comments as to why you are or maybe aren't proud right now to be an American. We want to hear from you. Hannah is watching those comments. And also, we're going to have John Jerome back with us here a little bit later in the show, and he's going to answer several people. Hannah have been submitting their questions, and you're going to be watching those. We're going to ask your questions to John Jerome at about 2 o'clock. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Sherlock Holmes, we have a new mystery. My dear Watson, what conundrum requires our sleuthing? It's these high gas prices, Sherlock. How do I stop paying too much at the pump? Elementary, Watson. Simply use the Cashback app, Upside. The Upside app has eluded my attention. Oh, come now, Watson. Upside is the revolutionary app that's free to download, and you get real cashback for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200. So you can really make cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway. Precisely, my dear Watson. I have the app open now. Look, there's a gas station not far from here offering 25 cents per gallon cash back. Sherlock, you've done it again. I will now use the Upside app and earn cash back on every gallon of gas I buy.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HOMES to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HOMES for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HOMES for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
At home on Thursday, March 30th. So don't miss the tradition and the excitement of opening day at Busch Stadium. That day, all fans 21 and older will take home the 2023 Magnet schedule, thanks to Budweiser. Never miss a game with this convenient information hub. That's Thursday, March 30th. The Cardinals home opener and the 2023 Magnet schedule presented by Budweiser. Tickets still remain. Get yours at cardinals.com.
This is Paul Goldschmidt. Thank you for being the best fans in baseball.
On Saturday, April 1st, the Cardinals host the Blue Jays, and that day, 25,000 fans aged 16 and older will take home a mystery bobblehead courtesy of Central Bank that features Molina or Pujols hitting home runs. April Fools! These bobbleheads will actually showcase both players doing their best Wainwright impression pitching. That's Saturday, April 1st. The Cardinals, the Blue Jays, and the mystery Molina and Pujols pitching bobbleheads. Tickets available at cardinals.com.
This is Adam Wainwright. Don't miss a legendary moment at Busch Stadium.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio. 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
There were more guns. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The former student who killed 6 people at a private grade school in Nashville yesterday, including 3 9-year-olds, had been hiding weapons at home.
We've interviewed the parents of Audrey Hale, and we've determined that Audrey bought 7 firearms from 5 different local gun stores here legally. They were legally purchased.
Police Chief John Drake says the 28-year-old Hale was in treatment for an emotional disorder. The parents thought there was only 1 gun and that it had been sold. So when Hale left home with a red bag yesterday,
they asked her what was in the red bag, and I think she just dismissed it because it was a motherly thing, and didn't look in the bag because at the time she didn't know that her daughter had any weapons and didn't think any differently.
3 guns were used in yesterday's attack on Covenant School, where Hale was shot and killed by responding officers. Drake says investigators are still reading through a manifesto that includes a map of the school and drawings of assaults. He says Hale also wrote about other locations, but it's not clear at this point whether any others were intended as targets. A federal judge is telling former Vice President Mike Pence he has to testify before a grand jury investigating former President Trump's efforts to overturn 2020 election results. This after Pence was among those subpoenaed by a special counsel. However, 2 sources also tell Fox News Pence will not have to answer questions about his actions on the day of the Capitol riot. Pence has argued he's protected from being forced to testify about January 6th because he was serving in his capacity as president of the Senate that day. He could appeal today's ruling. Also in court, the Boy Scouts bankruptcy. A federal judge just upholding the approval of a more than $2 billion plan to resolve thousands of sex abuse claims. America is listening to Fox News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Let's keep the temperatures on the chilly side going through the afternoon under partly sunny skies. 49-50 for the high. Tonight, clear of cold. A light freeze away from the city. 30 degrees for the low. The city about 35. Wednesday, sunny and 59. Thursday, partly sunny. Just a tiny chance of a spotted afternoon shower. Tough to find. And a nice 65 degrees. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Cast your vote where it really matters. The Save Our Schools rally is tonight from 5 to 8. Come meet the candidates who align with your values. Go to 971talk.com/events and join us tonight from 5 to 8 p.m. at Wenty's in Chesterfield.
Shopping at Ruler Foods is the easiest way to save money every single time, and that's what we do when we shop at Ruler Foods. We are always really shocked by how dramatically you can save on different particular products, different pieces of produce, meat, the brand names that you normally buy, but they also have, this is kind of a secret, now I'm making sure that it's not, Kroger brands at Ruler Foods prices. You don't have to go through the process of clipping coupons and, studying a bunch and pairing things up to go in and save money at Ruler Foods. You're going to walk in, you're going to fill your cart up, and you're going to save money. Especially when you walk through the store for the first time, it's pretty jaw-dropping. And then it gets exciting to go back each and every time because you know how much money you are about to save. For the latest promotions for savings on whatever is currently the special, April has some great specials coming up. Just visit their website, find the location nearest you, and the latest promotions online at rulerfoods.com.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how to link to the market without the risk. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go online to retirementkey.com.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing, together millions of things for our planet. For spring cleaning, make your own cleaning products from baking soda and vinegar. When we each share our one thing, it becomes a million things for our planet. What's your one thing?
Kevin Sorbo is coming to St. Louis for Vitae Foundation's annual pro-life dinner. Sorbo is best known for his series Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, which became the most watched TV show in the world. He also starred in the #1 independent movie of 2014, God's Not Dead. Sorbo's strength and inspiration stemmed from his near-death experience in suffering 3 strokes and battling to regain his life. Come see Kevin Sorbo on Tuesday, April 11th at the Hilton St. Louis Frontenac. Get your tickets now at ProWomanApproach.com.
If you own a home in St. Louis and you want to sell it as is, without any inspections or the need to make any repairs, call Chris Buys Homes St. Louis.com at 314-782-8000 and get your cash offer without any obligation, commissions, banks, or headaches. Chris buys vacant homes, inherited homes, fixer-uppers, beautiful homes, even the tenant who won't pay the rent apartment. Google us. Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis and check out our best reviews from satisfied customers. When you sell to Chris, you decide when you want to move according to your schedule and your terms. Go to our website, chrisbuyshomes.louis.com, or call Chris at 314-782-8000. That's 314-782-8000 and get the offer you've been waiting for. 314-782-8000.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Jake Denton is a Heritage Foundation scholar. Every single person's TikTok feed is different. No one feed is the same as another. And the things that they know about you, I think, would probably startle most parents.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We are so glad that you are here with us today, and we are hanging out at Mission Depot. Anna is over there. She's documenting this whole thing, so we'll have a really great video. What that says, liquid death.
Yeah, what is that?
What is
Whoa, is that
liquid death?
What's liquid death?
Straight up water.
Oh, it's just water?
Really?
Oh.
It's exceptional.
That's the most BA can of water I've ever
That
seen.
is clever
Wow.
marketing.
If you're running around this place, these are the type of people who can just pound some liquid death. I'll tell you what. HEROESCare.org is where you can go learn about what we are doing here and supporting here. Todd was in the house from, I see you walking away. Todd is in the house from our YouTube live chat, and he decided to show up and be a part of this day and volunteer. And it's just so heartwarming to see good people doing good things for great people. And we're watching it. People continue to flood in here over and over and over again. This looks fun over here.
Do you know what is going on right here?
What is going on over
This
here?
is the
Cutting some
this is the
ribbon?
ribbon cutting.
Is this, are we getting a limbo?
The grand opening ribbon cutting from the
Oh,
Chamber
look
of
at those
Commerce.
scissors. I'm sorry, I'm taking your camera away because we're going to show this on the live stream. Just a reminder that you folks can watch us and vote. That's fantastic.
So special.
The ribbon cutting for Mission Depot is taking place right here, right now?
Yeah.
Man, it's great visuals. I don't know about the
Wait,
audio.
is it okay
All
if
right,
we just watch?
If everybody's really quiet, we'll hear the
We'll hear
snip of the
this.
scissors.
So we have our representatives from Boeing, MasterCard.
But sit down, John. Sit down and say it in the mic. There you go.
All right. Yeah, we have everybody here, our whole team. Amazon's here, MasterCard, Boeing, everybody here. They're our sponsors. So we didn't know it, but the North Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce has decided to do our ribbon cutting for us. Make it official.
With real
Look
ribbon.
at that gold
With real.
scissors right there in
Yeah.
that man's hand. That
There
is
we
a
go.
ribbon cutting scissors.
So would you like to cut the ribbon for us?
Me?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Annie, you're
Annie?
blushing.
You're blushing. Come on, cut the ribbon for us.
I feel like, can I stand with somebody who served this country and let them cut
Yeah.
it? All right.
You've always wanted to hold the big scissors.
Well, I'm going to hold it later. I'm just going to sit there and hold it. I can't cut this, but I can absolutely.
Okay,
This
we're gonna
is fun.
have to do the
Nobody-
audio for this.
We have no idea this is
We have
happening.
a veteran here for you.
There we
Our
go.
veteran.
Okay, Annie's going to stand next to our honored
This
veteran.
is a perfect time to join the Annie Frey Show live
Yeah, you
stream
can
to
see what's happening.
this take place. Hi, Annie.
This is so funny. We started this segment and no idea that this is all that's taking place right in front of us. So Annie's standing up next to the Chamber of Commerce and everybody getting in the picture. So she's gonna be immortalized with
our 20 next
organization
20 years.
here. I hope you're okay with that.
The next 20 years, she's gonna be it.
Stacy is our veteran who will be cutting the ribbon next to Annie.
Air Force, served in Korea.
And Omaha.
And Scott Air Force
Scott
Base.
Air Force Base.
Hey,
That's my
holla.
home area.
Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Cutting the ribbon.
Now I know what it's like to be a sports announcer. I have to tell you what's happening. Okay, so
All right.
she's holding the scissors. The scissors are now chomping down on that
Ready?
ribbon.
One,
Right? Ribbon.
2, 3. Yay!
We're open for another 20 years.
There you go.
Amazing.
In 20 years, you can move to an even bigger
A
location
bigger
and do it
location.
again.
Yeah.
John, John, I was just asking you off air because it is very impressive. When I walk up here, I see that the door just looks like a normal sort of strip mall door.
Right.
When I walk in here, it is expansive.
It's a Kmart.
Is it really?
Yeah.
This is a former Kmart. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that
Yes.
makes sense now because it is huge. And I was just asking you because this is something you have to sustain every month.
Mm-hmm.
A veteran comes to see you. Every month they can come back and shop in here for free. And I said, John, how do you I mean, I get if you could get all this one time and have a grand opening like this, but you ongoing always getting all of this stuff. That takes a lot of networking.
Yeah, and it's a network, and it's your listeners that say, hey, we want to be part of the mission. And we had a company one time that came in and they said, well, we don't have volunteers that could donate their time. We didn't have that, but let me go back to the warehouse. Sent us 3 pallets of chains. These are toe chains that the length is about 3/4 of an inch on one side.
Oof.
They're 14 foot long with these massive meat hooks on it. What am I going to do with those?
Now, I was going to say, what do you do with a bunch of chains?
I bet you found something.
So we laid them all out. Coast Guard came by.
Oh.
And they said, we've been trying to get these chains for a long time. So they're out on out with the coasties.
That's great.
Shillington Box is here, and they had the same problem, and they donate their product. And they've donated it for the past 10 years. And they donate the boxes, create the boxes for us. Well, that's a cost that over the past 10 years is a little over $600,000.
Yeah, because everybody's walking out with boxes
Everybody.
just to carry stuff. Well, if you're on the live stream now, you can see what's about to happen to my face, which is that Annie has the big scissors from the Chamber of Commerce, and she's threatening me with them.
This is a two-hand scissors. And it does say on there, Northwest Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce. So these are some...
Those are official.
This is like a sword.
Yeah, you could really hurt somebody like me with that.
Here, I'm thinking about it.
Ooh, yeah, they're heavy, too.
Yeah.
They're not like fake scissors.
No, those you could trim your hedges with that.
They're real. This is how you remember when we issued the challenge that if we got to a certain number online, I could cut your hair.
Oh, yes. I think I would let you.
Those are perfect for that.
I already cut my hair.
Oh, I thought you might have, but I don't want to say anything.
What's that?
Danny, you want to sit down?
Yes, go ahead, Danny.
All right, Danny. Hi, Danny.
Hi.
Tell us about Danny.
You don't have that much time.
You'd be surprised.
Currently, president of the Chamber of Commerce.
Mm-hmm.
Been involved with it since 2000. Yeah. So we've built it to what it is today.
Yeah.
That's the chamber. But what I'm really excited about is John here and the heroes.
Tell me about what this mission and this effort and how it's grown, what it means to this community to be here.
I've been in this community since 1963.
I think you've been here since about that time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was
I get a lot of jokes like that.
I was 16.
Yeah.
He was 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
a lot of creams on my face.
So, since I've been here for that long, I've seen a lot of things go on, especially our veterans. A lot of them get mistreated. They don't get the things they need. And what this group is providing is something nobody else, they don't even believe it.
It's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. I'm trying to give out flyers at the Rotary Club a while ago.
It sounds too good to be true. It sounds too good to
You're
be
just
true
waiting
here.
for the catch. Okay,
Right.
we come here and we do this. What's it really cost? What kind of commitment? What do you need from us? It really is just providing care and goods and services to people who have sacrificed huge portions of their lives to defend this country.
And they still do today. You can see the volunteers around here.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you this, if it wasn't for HEROESCare, and especially John with us, our children don't do without at Christmas time.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm talking truckloads that we were able to give out through our fire departments to get to homeless kids. I mean, not homeless,
great.
but
Yeah.
But that's a big thing that he does for us. He's never failed us. And
What do you say to the people in your community that maybe have heard of this place, but they're a little hesitant to go and, get what maybe in their mind is a handout, or maybe they've got a little bit of pride that's keeping them from providing for themselves or the people who they're providing for in their family after they've been so brave and bold to serve this country? What do you say to those people who are thinking, I don't know if this is for me?
folks, you've earned it. You've earned it. This is not anything that's been hand-me-downs. This is all new stuff. It's anywhere from, I think Chuck's Boots donated $50,000 worth of boots.
That's amazing.
Shoes. All other companies, Amazon, everybody's donating this stuff. And it continues to go on a daily basis. It's just not a one-day thing. This is for real. It's been around 20 years. God help us be another 20.
Yeah, amen. So before we let you go, I want to know, speak to the other people in your community, because of course those people who could be served by this place can also come serve in this place and help other people who come in. But this functions with volunteers, and there are many volunteers standing around here right now. What do you want people in the community or people who are listening, maybe who aren't immediately here? It's worth a drive. I made the drive. You can get here.
Actually, I'd tell you, come up here and look for yourself, and be sure and spread the word. Get the applications filled out. This is something for veterans, past veterans, also widows, current service people, anybody who's involved with the military. It's free. It don't even cost you anything. Nothing.
It is almost too good to be true.
It is.
It just is true. And we're like, Hannah and I are eyeing up that jacket over there.
Oh,
That's
yes.
a fantastic jacket. Name
Beautiful.
brand things.
For 2 segments now, they've been eyeing up.
Yes,
that jacket.
yes. It's been an amazing thing so far today to be a part of. Danny, thank you for coming on and just.
We just want to thank you guys for being out here and making us known. A lot of people has told me this morning they've been listening to it on the radio.
Oh, great.
That's great.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Thanks, Danny.
Thank you so much. Well, in the 2 o'clock hour, we are going to revisit with John Jerome, the president and CEO of HEROESCare. Go to HEROESCare.org to learn more about what we are getting to witness with our own eyes. Of course, if you join us on the Annie Frey YouTube channel today, you can kind of see for yourself. We're going to maybe take a tour here in the next 45 minutes or so.
Yep.
I guess Hannah
Through the live stream.
Hannah and Anna are going to walk you around so you can see what we can see and how there is an amazing amount of service done to those who have served this country. You can be a part of it. You should be a part of it. If your heart's been hurting in the last 24 hours, this is the medicine to make it better, to give joy to somebody else who absolutely deserves it. And if you've been listening and this is something that could help you, sign up. Come be here. Be a part of this. HEROESCare.org. We're going to take a quick break. I think we're going to visit potentially with Jim Carafano a little bit later in the show. But when we come back, Deroy Murdock, as it is, it's actually not Wednesday. I was going to say it is Wednesday. He's normally with his Wednesday. He needed to reschedule to Tuesday, and we were glad to do it. Deroy Murdock will join us when we return. Do not go away. Annie Frey Show broadcasting live from Mission Depot at HEROESCare. Michael's Flooring Outlet. You find them online at igotfloored.com. This is an important thing to understand when you are shopping for flooring, that you go to a place that really does flooring. Now, you can shop for flooring in places that also sell lumber and plumbing supplies. And, honestly, that's not like the worst thing in the world, except for the fact that when you are walking in to make this big purchase, you want to make sure you have someone who's dedicated to the knowledge behind the technology in the floor. If you're looking for a hardwood look, a lot of times there's ways that you can save money around a hardwood look, but you may not want to deal with the upkeep from it. Or maybe you were looking for something that's very resilient against spills. You've got pets, you got kids or grandkids, and you want to make sure that you're not always, wagging your finger at the kids or the dog, making them feel like they're uncomfortable because you're worried about the flooring. You walk into Michael's Flooring Outlet, you talk to them about what you're trying to do, and the experienced and amazing customer sales staff there, they're going to walk you through the whole process. Great value, great quality, the best in sales. Go to igotfloored.com.
Hi, this is Brian with Velocity Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 314-782-3333. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition and any price range in the St. Louis area. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that needs updating, but you don't have the time or money for it? Great, because I love buying outdated houses. I buy vacant houses, job relocation houses, and foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 314-782-3333. That's 314-782-3333.
Rhino Shield is far superior to even the best traditional exterior house paint. Rhino Shield is 8 to 10 times thicker than paint and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty. Rhino Shield is the only ceramic coating company that has been chosen by Disney, This Old House, and 3 times on HGTV's Curb Appeal, where every episode is concentrated on unpainted brick, bonds and seals to stucco, wood, hardy, block, color lock, masonite, and more. No better product for those steel aluminum-sided homes that have become, chalky and tired looking. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. After 15 years, we've got a great reputation and a superior product. As long as it's affordable, why wouldn't you do it? Before you make the costly mistake of painting with traditional paint, you'd be best served to call Rhino Shield today. We are the experts and our evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Tell them, ladies.
No pain, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
When you come to Diamonds Direct, we know it's always the start of a celebration, an engagement, your wedding day, honoring a lifetime of love, searching for that special birthday gift for the one you love the most, and all the celebrations in between. That's why we've created a shopping experience to match your excitement. You walk into a beautiful showroom with experts eager to help, or if you prefer, just explore on your own as long as you like. At Diamonds Direct, we've taken pressure out of the process. Our experts are cheerful and engaging. We'll help you on your terms with your price range when you're ready. We've made it easy by offering virtually unlimited options, with everything in our showcase being handpicked for its beauty and quality. You can't go wrong. You're guaranteed to get the best value because we are the value leader, and you have confidence knowing you're protected with our lifetime warranties and guarantees. Diamonds Direct's experience is designed with our goal of creating not just a happy experience, but a magical one, so you leave smiling just like you came in. Diamonds Direct, for your best moments in life. Get store hours and directions at diamondsdirect.com.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We are so grateful to be able to be broadcasting live here from Mission Depot at HEROESCare in High Ridge and watching service member after service member from all generations. We had World War II veterans here. We have people from Operation Iraqi Freedom here, Vietnam, Korea. I mean, it spans all age ranges. And this mission at HEROESCare, go to HEROESCare.org to learn about this service that the community has come together to provide these brand new goods to people who have served our country, who are serving our country, who are going to be deployed or to be serving our country. This is what it's all about, because there is heartache in the world right now. There's a lot of despair in the world right now. And this is the type of medicine that your heart and your soul needs to realize that there is something out there that can put a smile on your face. And it usually comes by putting a smile on somebody else's. I want to bring on our guest. We usually on Wednesdays speak to Deroy Murdock, but today we're shifting it to Tuesday, and we're going to speak with Jory Murdock, who, of course, is a nationally syndicated columnist and a Fox News contributor. Deroy, you might hear some background noise here. We are located in a facility that is providing goods free of charge to people who have served or who are serving. And I got to say, it's a tough world out there right now, but we do have to find these ways to help each other without waiting for the government to step in and provide these kinds of things.
Well, Annie, it's great to be with you again, and delighted to be with you live while you're with some people who are doing a lot of good for a lot of very good people. I honor the service of those who you are celebrating today. Thank them for all that they've done and will do for our country, and I'm very glad to hear that there are people trying to give them a hand while they do their very, very hard and very important work.
Yeah, it's interesting to me to be around this type of an environment where you have volunteers here that are serving those who have served us, and to see all of this positivity, because especially in the last 24 hours, yet another school shooting. Anytime you dip your toe in the political world, like I said, it's easy to be dismayed, and it seems as though there's a very active, in my opinion, anti-American sentiment that is driving politics, that is driving culture right now. And we need to do more of these things to push back against that, because it's an amazing thing to be an American. And I think that you definitely champion that as well.
Absolutely right. And I think events like this are important in their own right, and also as a contrast to what you see everywhere. You talk about the anti-Americanism, and it just seems as if the left, which used to be, they probably raise taxes more than you and I would like and spend more money than you and I would like, but we're all still on the same team. There are a lot of people who, at this moment, hate this country. They want it torn to pieces, and they spend every waking moment sowing the seeds of acrimony and tension and hatred, and it's tearing this country to pieces. It's an awful thing, and so days like today, I think, push things in the other direction, which is why what you're doing today is so important.
Jory Murdock with us right now. He is a Fox News contributor, a nationally syndicated columnist. A lot of the ways that Americans end up being divided and kind of pitted against each other, there's always those demographical divides that are we end up being used against us. And I've been watching a lot of bits of people who maybe on Instagram or something like that, they're little bits of people with comedy. They're doing stand-up comedy. And one of them was articulating how this is the one country where, the nationality of what it means to be American looks different with every American that walks through the door. It's something that used to be an indication of strength for this country. Seems like that's being stripped away right now.
Well, it is, unfortunately. I mean, there are people who would recognize that many of us look different from each other, but we're all Americans and we're all in this together, hopefully making a stronger and better country every day. But you've got people, largely the folks who are involved in diversity, inclusion, equity, DIE, if you want to use that term. And instead of preaching the message of Dr. King and the civil rights movement in the 60s and maybe even in the 70s, 80s, that we should try to get along and try to find some way of putting our differences aside and celebrating those things we have in common, they want to do the opposite, which is focus on our differences, focus on things that divide us, and then just inflame those differences. And you've got people who are some of the people who push critical race theory and so on, the priests, high priests and high priestesses of this movement, who say the most astonishing things, which if they came out of the mouths of people aimed towards blacks would be the end of their careers. This woman named Robin DiAngelo, she's the author of a book called White Fragility, which is one of the great, central texts of critical race theory. She said just the other day, quote, people of color need to get away from white people and have some community with each other. Imagine if she'd said people of color need to get away from black people and have some community with each other, or white people need to get away from black people. Her career would be over. She says these sorts of things, and people say, okay, well, that's fine, wonderful, we'll buy your book. There's a woman who works at the Pentagon, appointed by Joe Biden. She was, I believe her title is more or less Chief Diversity Officer at the Pentagon, And several Republicans discovered some comments that she made on social media, including this one. She said, "I'm exhausted by 99% of the white men in education and 95% of the white women. Where can I get a break from white nonsense for a while?" Unquote. Well, guess what? She's still at the Pentagon. I think she's gotten a new position. The Pentagon announced, I believe it was last week, she will not be fired, she will not be disciplined, and she's just going to get a new job in the Pentagon. If she'd said, "I'm exhausted by 99% of the black men in education, 95% of the black women, where can I get a break from black nonsense for a while?" It would be probably a matter of 30, 40, maybe 60 seconds before she would have been told to clear her desk and get out of the Pentagon. But, she's beating up on white people and spreading racism that way. And so that's okay. She gets to keep her job. No punishment, no difficulty. She'll just get a new position in Joe Biden's Pentagon. That's where the left is today.
Jory Murdock with us right now. I'm especially considering the environment I'm in right now. I'm thinking about the diversity that has existed over the course of centuries in the United States and our military, and how they have over the course of time figured out how to win the most massive wars, the most gruesome wars, and they have figured out how to do it together. And there are standards that exist in the military, and there is this should be a very clear, identifiable goal for somebody who is in the military to meet those said standards. And your skin color or your gender or your age shouldn't be a factor in it if you can meet those standards. And it seems as though, especially in government, in these government jobs that have been existed, the bureaucracy that's been created, that those skills go by the wayside. A focused goal goes by the wayside. It seems as though the most important thing to do is the demographic scale and how it's going to be applied. Like, you can put on paper and say, look how great we're doing just by virtue of those demographics. That seems to be quite patronizing, in my opinion, as a female, I will say that, to think that I got included in something simply because I was born a female. Like, I have things to offer people. I have skills. I have thoughts. I have specific talents. Is that why you want me, or did you just need a chick? That's kind of what I'm seeing with today.
Well, there's a lot of that sort of thing in the Pentagon today. And as you say, the Harry Truman, Democrat, integrated the U.S. Armed Forces in 1948. That was 6 years before the Brown versus Board of Education decision, and 16 years before the Civil Rights Act of 64. So the U.S. military has been integrated for something like, 75 years, if I'm doing my math correctly. And yet we've got Lloyd Austin, the Secretary of Defense, who happens to be black, by the way, and the rest of the Pentagon hierarchy just racing through every barracks and every military base and every ammo depot looking for white nationalism. They're quite focused on this. And I'm thinking, where's the white nationalism in the military? Now, if there's somebody, running around doing things that are inappropriate, that person ought to be reprimanded or corrected or punished or maybe booted out of the military. But the idea that there's this rampant problem of white nationalists, in uniform advancing, some kind of a neo-Nazi or pro-Klan or whatever it is, kind of doctrine is just bizarre and twisted. And you look at the military, you've got a black man running the Pentagon. You had Colin Powell there as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. There are officers and enlisted men in all the armed services, enlisted women as well, who are successful, and they command other troops, and they do very well in the armed forces, and everyone seems to be getting along fine. And all of a sudden, the big focus now is not how do we challenge the People's Liberation Army of China, or how do we prepare ourselves if something goes crazy with Vladimir Putin. The big hunt now is for white nationalists in the armed services. And I don't know where this problem is. It's not the big problem we face, and the Pentagon seems to be quite focused on that, as opposed to trying to figure out how to strengthen this country to defend us against adversaries and enemies around the world. It's really horrifying, unnecessary, and I think a complete waste of time and taxpayer dollars.
Deroy, from your experience listening and taking these things in and understanding that it is a very active pursuit of the current party in power to make sure that these are forefront when it comes to people making decisions or aligning themselves politically, what is the alternative? How do you shift the narrative on what we value and what we are cultivating? And of course, you can be pro-diversity without having to prioritize diversity over anything else, which, like I said, is a little pandery. How do we change the course of where this is headed? I
think it's pretty simple. You maintain high standards. You don't say, well, you're a woman, so, instead of having to run 10 laps, you only have to do 6, or instead of having to pick up 75 pounds, you get to pick up 50, because that's a problem when you've got a big heavy soldier you got to carry out of who's been injured, and you try to pick him up, and I can't pick him up, so then you both die. That's not helpful. You focus on black success in the military and elsewhere, and you focus on people who've been able to succeed in business, politics, the academy, science, literature, broadcasting, armed services, whatever it might be, and hold those people up as examples of other people, minorities who've done well. And I think you generally try to approach these things with the idea that most people, the vast majority of people, are decent folks of goodwill. You don't come from the perspective that the critical race theory people do, that white people are all completely beset with implicit bias, unconscious bias, deep-seated racism, systemic racism, et cetera, and they're always trying to dominate black folks, and black folks are always the victims who are incapable of taking care of ourselves, as if we were all just a bunch of infants who need to be swaddled. You should, rather than assuming implicit bias, how about assuming implicit decency? And if somebody turns out not to be decent, well, then fine, you do something about that. But imagine if we lived in the world where we assumed implicit criminality. And every time you meet somebody, you think, okay, how long before this guy picks my pocket, or is he going to turn around and club me over the head? What an awful country that would be if people went through life with that idea. But instead, we take that down one notch. The left wants us to assume, okay, every white person is a racist, and every black person is there just waiting to be dominated. Not a very good way to proceed into the 21st century.
Well, we appreciate you, Deroy. We love talking to you. Thank you for fitting us into your week, and we hope to have you back again next week. And there's always stuff to talk about. We love having you. Thanks, Deroy, for being here.
I'm sure something else will happen between now and then.
yeah, things for sure.
Thanks.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, Deroy. Nationally syndicated columnist and Fox News contributor there, speaking with us. When we come back, Jim Carafano joins us, and we're going to talk about TikTok and how is TikTok affecting this country? Is it the pariah that they are making it out to be? Does the government need to stand in and do something about this? Our dear friend Jim Carafano on the Annie Frey Show when we return.
You remember Satchmo's Bar and Grill. Their owner, Ben Brown, helped lead the fight against Sam Page's lockdown. Mark Cox here. You're going to love this restaurant. Chef-prepared daily lunch and dinner specials. Happy hour 3 to 6, 7 days a week. Weekly specials. Wagyu meatloaf on Monday night. Steak night on Wednesdays for just $10.95 and burger night on Thursdays. Check them out on Facebook or online at satchmosgrill.com at Olive and 141.
Stewart's American Mortgage, the bagel loan. He calls it a bagel loan because when you choose to go through Stewie to get your mortgage secured for the home that you are dreaming about buying, you don't pay any closing costs. Yeah, I can say that again. You pay no closing cost. He does not roll them into the loan. He doesn't tuck them away, or they don't rear their ugly head down the road. There are no closing costs. So work with Stewie, talk to him about what you're trying to achieve. Another thing that he does is he prides himself. I've talked to him about it. He's very proud of this, and he should be. How much of a competitive buyer he puts you in the position to be. When the market is the way it is right now, and there's still more people searching than there is inventory, even though they act like inventory might be increasing a little bit, you want to make sure that you don't have to offer any more money than you really is necessary, but that you get that house that you're dreaming of. No closing cost makes you be able to take those thousands of dollars and make them work for you. Plus, you can generate your own pre-approval letters up to the amount that you've been pre-approved from his website. Call him at 314-324-4440, 314-324-4440. Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS number 226715.
Are you ready to smell better naked? I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the OBGYN creator of Lumi, the whole body deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours on pits, feet, privates, and beyond. It's pH optimized to safely and effectively control odor anywhere you have it, but wish you didn't. Plus, it's proven to work better than a shower with soap alone. Whether you shower twice a day or 3 times a week, Lumi works better. And did we mention it's aluminum free? With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'm so sure you're going to love it, or you can return it for free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 901 and get an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, free product of your choice, and ships free with code 901. LUME deodorant.com, code 901 for an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack. Love it or return it for free. That's LUME deodorant.com, code 901.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon. Let's vote for Ophthalmology Associates as best laser eye treatment in St. Louis Magazine's A-List competition. Online at stlmag.com.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Save up to $7,500 on a new hybrid HVAC system and save an additional 20% when bundled with attic insulation. This is a limited time offer. For details and a free estimate, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Connect with the personalities and give your feedback. 97.1 FM Talk is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For content that's additional to the radio, join us there.
If you're looking at new windows for your house, choose wisely. Mark Cox here for my friends at Window World. You want to go with a company you can trust. Ranked number one in the number of windows sold in the country. That's according to Qualified Remodeler magazine. In just over 20 years in business, they've improved the look and obviously the thermal efficiency of over 70,000 customers in St. Louis. They're going to give you a lifetime warranty that covers all the parts and the glass breakage and the labor. It's a good product. Call them at 314-993-1800 for your free estimate. That's 314-993-1800. Window World won the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval. That's not easy. They rely on the expertise of their in-house engineers and their analysts and their product experts to give that seal of approval. That should matter to you as well. Call for your free estimate right now. Simply the best for less at Window World. 314-993-1800. windowworld.com.
We go together, better than birds of a feather, you and me. We change the weather, yeah. I'm feeling heat in December when you found me. I've been dancing on top of cars and stumbling out of bars. I follow you through the dark, can't get enough. You're the medicine and the pain, the tattoo inside my brain, and baby, you know it's obvious. I'm a sucker for you.
Presence and its influence and its ability to scoop up Americans' data and use it, and the fact that that data is vulnerable to the Chinese Communist Party is something that everyone now has to admit. Even though the TikTok CEO won't admit it, it's obviously true. This is not only a vector for invading Americans' privacy, it's a vector for the Chinese Communist Party to insert its influence into our information space through the phones of our children. And now there's a lot of agreement that we have a problem, but there's less agreement on what to do about it. I don't know that the ban is really going to get taken up by Democrats. I don't think the Biden administration has the guts to go through with it and fight the legal battle that would follow. So I think that, we're not all the way there yet.
So listening to the advocacy for banning TikTok, for not banning TikTok, do we need a governmental regulation for this? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez came out, and she's got an opinion on everything, right? AOC has something to say about pretty much everything that is out there. She's seems to have a pretty high interest as to what happens with TikTok. She's probably, I don't know what her following is. Does anybody know what her following is on TikTok? It's got to be significant. I'm not on it. Of all of the social media things that we try to do on a daily basis, we've never been on TikTok. The Annie Frey Show at least isn't. But Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez came out and posted a video, of course, on TikTok, and she's very concerned about what the government process is, why they are going through the regulatory thing. And Josh Hawley has come out and said he wants to put it to a vote because he wants to see anybody who has an opinion on it. He wants to know who out here is going to vote on behalf of TikTok. If you think that the government's going to come in and provide a solution for every problem that we face, I understand conservatively why we would not want to step in and make this be a specific, one of those things where the government comes in and provides a solution and gets to make a heavy-handed decision. But at the same time, we've done this before. Huawei is one of the instances that I've seen a lot of people reference as to how the government has participated in saying, no, we are not going to participate. We're not going to allow this company to participate with us. in what we're doing and steal secrets from America. Jim Carafano joins us now. I'm very excited to have the Vice President for Foreign and Security Policy at Heritage Foundation back on our show. Jim, I am sitting at Mission Depot with HEROESCare, and this is an organization that is here to provide goods and services, including legal services, haircuts, there are job placements, among many other things for local veterans, people who are serving, and their spouses and their families. And Jim, wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about the necessity of these types of organizations, non-governmental organizations, to help people who have served our country so bravely.
Jim Carafano,
these are dangerous times.
Vice President for Foreign and Security Policy at Heritage.
All right, now you can go, Jim.
Okay,
Thanks for being here with us. We appreciate it. Yeah.
No. Well, first of all, I really appreciate an opportunity to do that because, as you know, I made a documentary about helping. It's an issue I've dealt a lot with, and it does make a difference. As somebody in the military for 25 years, I can get something from government or whatever, but when the community steps up to help you, it's this massive thank you, and it means so much. I remember, people would stop me in the airport and they'd say, "Thank you for your service," and I go, "Look, I volunteered for this. I don't need somebody to thank me." And then I realized, it's not important that it's important for them to say it, for them to have the opportunity to express their gratitude, and I do think veterans value that more, and they value their community more for that caring. And as so many veterans will tell you who have, whether they came back with PTSD or they have financial, nobody wants a handout. Nobody joined the military to get benefits. They joined the military to serve their country, and when they're done serving their country, they want to go back and enjoy the thing that they fought for. They want to be part of a productive, healthy community. And at best, a veteran doesn't want to hand out; they want to hand up. They want the ability to go back and then serve that community, and then they'll be the one that's helping the next veteran. So, organizations like this really, in so many ways, are a reminder that there really is a God, that there is this generous spirit that pervades all of us for caring for our fellow people, not because of a government program, not because of some political ideology or something, because that we recognize the value of other human beings and what communities give back to us. So, really, I honestly, when I know about HEROESCare and when I see stuff like that, it just chokes me up because it really is about what's the best of us.
Yeah, and I like and I appreciate and I'm grateful that you said that if somebody sees you in the airport and they thank you for your service, that thanks needs to be given as much as it needs to be received. And I've taught my kids to, if they see a service person wearing their hat, or if there's an indication that this person has served the country, that we should be grateful for those people. And I kind of sometimes wonder if that creates an uncomfortable situation for that person. But even if it does, I can look around this country right now and think, this is not the climate where these people are being showered with the gratitude that they should. So any contribution that my kids can make, or that I can make, or that these people who I'm surrounded right now who are volunteering at Mission Depot can make, it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I think that's so true. And I think people in service, and I think we've all come to do, we respect that gratitude, and we're thankful for the animating spirit that people aren't doing it because it's the polite thing to do or something else, but because they genuinely recognize that you are doing something special. I mean, we've talked about this on your show so many times. It's this notion of selfless service. I mean, my dad was in the military. I have a lot of family in law enforcement, medical people, and EMT and nurses and stuff. And nobody told us they had these jobs. I mean, we took these jobs because they made us feel valuable, right? That the ability to selflessly serve your community and your country is something that is a privilege and an honor and a gift and one of the most rewarding things you could possibly do. And then there's a cost to these things. And when people say, I want to give back to veterans and give back to the community, it's not like they're giving back because you have done something really, really valuable, and they want to honor that. And that's the spirit, I think, in which it gets done.
Well, I wanted to thank you. I wanted to just talk to you about what we're doing here a little bit before we get into the subject matter that I wanted to address. And I appreciate your kind words and encouraging words because they are necessary to hear. I wanted to ask you about TikTok because I see people on both sides of the aisle advocating for kind of both reactions to the American government's responsibility in this app and its usage in our country. First and foremost, Jim Carafano, what kind of concern do you have as somebody who is an expert when it comes to foreign and security policy? What kind of concerns do you have about the presence of TikTok in this country?
Yeah, people have to realize this was a company that was built for the purpose of penetrating American society and compromising us. The cat videos and the millionaires that do make that was not why they built this company. This company was built to come after America. This app is one of the most intrusive cyber softwares on the history of the planet Earth. If somebody loads TikTok on their phone, they might as well just throw their phone away because it's not just the app. Once they let them into their system, they have compromised the software of the system. I can't honestly believe we're having this debate. They had this debate in India, a couple of years ago, and the Indians just said, well, this is nonsense. And the Chinese came in and they threatened. They said there'll be consequences for the Indians. Said, what are you, crazy? Why would we essentially, let the fox in the hen house? And they said, no, they banned the app. And you know what happened? The Chinese did nothing. You know what happened to the Indian economy? They didn't do anything. You know what happened to Indian youth? They found other apps to play with. So the notion that somehow there's a debate here to be had is I honestly, what I think it does show is two things. One is the penetration of Chinese lobbying in the United States, that they have that much influence. But the other thing is that responsible adults who literally take a position that's against national security say, well, there's a bunch of kids on TikTok and we don't want to upset them. It's like, oh, well, I don't want to upset my child, so I leave the gun out so he can play with it. I mean, it's just
How
wrong.
soft are we? Yeah, it's really unbelievable. So, are you of the mind, Jim Carafano, that the government has a responsibility to step in and make it so that it can't exist in this country?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is why we have things like it's called the Committee on Foreign Investments in the United States, where we do things like, oh, you know what? We're not going to let the Chinese buy our nuclear submarine company. and this is that level of intrusiveness in American society.
So tell me,
this is not being mean to China. This is a real life threat. And between the compromising the software, and stealing information, and having the capacity to manipulate content, this is a country that wakes up every morning and says, what can we do to get rid of America? And you're essentially letting them into the infrastructure of the United States of America in a massive way, touching half the population a third of the population of the United States, and just thinking that's okay. There is no argument here. I mean, the science on it, the data, the technology, the intelligence on this is so abundantly clear that it's shocking to believe that it would be like the day after Pearl Harbor, debating what we thought about, the Japanese government.
So if we say, if tomorrow the American government says TikTok is done, it's gone, it's out, is in any essence, is it too late to do that? How much has China benefited from the American obsession with TikTok?
Well, it's never too late. It's like somebody that's been smoking their entire life. The day you stop smoking, you're going to get better. I can't promise you won't die from cancer, but certainly if you keep smoking, it's just going to die faster. So the sooner we get off TikTok, the more the better off we'll be. And every day we wait is a day we're doing more damage to this country. It's like I haven't exercised in 20 years. Okay, well, you know what? You can start exercising today and get back into shape, and maybe in a couple you'll be fine. But the notion that, well, so much damage has been done, let's just let TikTok keep running wild, that's a really bad argument.
Before I let you go, Jim, we got about a minute left here. Another school shooting yesterday.
Right.
You do national security as well. Do you have a way to pinpoint what the issue is, why this keeps happening?
Well, the most frustrating thing for me was the immediate kind of outpouring of partisan media that somehow wanted to blame the victim. which I just thought that was despicable. And the other problem is why do in part we know there are these kind of security risks. Why are we not taking adequate preparations? Why are we putting the security and education and health of our children first? And when these things happen, the first debate is about our political policies, right? Whether it's COVID or the school shootings or the gender issue, whatever. Why can't we put the health and safety and education of our children first, and then put everything else after that? Because you know what? I don't think any parent wants to send their kid off to school in the morning and wonder if they're going to come home in the afternoon. In this country, that's just unbelievable. But yet, when we face these fundamental things about the health and safety and getting our kids educated, the first thing people want to do is argue their politics. It's pathetic.
Yeah. Pathetic. That is exactly right. Spoken like a true policy, not politics kind of guy, Jim Carafano. We appreciate you so much, and thank you for your service. I feel like it's appropriate time for me to tell you you've served your country, and we are so grateful that you share some of that with us with actual expert knowledge on these issues, Jim. We are always grateful for your time.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll do it again. Jim Carafano is the Vice President for Foreign and Security Policy at the Heritage Foundation. Go give him a tweet at JJ Carafano and tell him thanks for being on here and thank him for his service as well. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to visit from some more folks here at Mission Depot at HEROESCare. We're in High Ridge, broadcasting live, watching just some amazing things happen today. Why haven't you looked at the website yet? Go to HEROESCare.org. Do it right now. You're on a break. Take a minute. Research this place and figure out how it can help you or how you can help it. That's our responsibility. We're gonna answer some of your questions too with John. We come back and a tour.
Special tour.
Hannah hosted tour. Get on the YouTube live stream. Back in a minute.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Thomas Helbig, Bob Kershaw, Tammy Kershaw at the Retirement Advisory Group have made their careers out of helping you usher yourself confidently, worry-free into retirement. It is difficult for me as somebody who is 38. I'm in my late 30s here, and I am watching the economy go up, go down, go up, go down, fluctuates so much. I'm not really thinking about trying to time it at the end like it's musical chairs where when the music stops, I got to make sure I have a seat to sit in. If you haven't shifted your retirement strategy when you get to be about 59 and a half, 60, if you haven't shifted, you might be in a bad spot when the music stops. Reach out to Thomas Helbig because he's going to help you make sure that you don't have to even worry a minute about that. You reach out to him by calling 314-993-9494 online at retirementkey.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Sherlock Holmes, we have a new mystery. My dear Watson, what conundrum requires our sleuthing? It's these high gas prices, Sherlock. How do I stop paying too much at the pump? Elementary, Watson. Simply use the cashback app, Upside. The Upside app has eluded my attention. Oh, come now, Watson. Upside is the revolutionary app that's free to download, and you get real cashback for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200. So you can really make cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway. Precisely, my dear Watson. I have the app open open now. Look, there's a gas station not far from here offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Sherlock, you've done it again. I will now use the Upside app and earn cash back on every gallon of gas I buy.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HOMES to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HOMES for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HOMES for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio. 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Mixed result in court for the former vice president. Lisa Brady, Fox News. A federal judge says Mike Pence does have to testify before a grand jury after being subpoenaed in the special counsel probe of efforts to overturn the 2020 election and events leading up to the Capitol riot. But sources tell Fox News the judge also rules Pence can refuse to answer certain questions about his role as Senate president on the day of the riot. Pence can appeal the ruling, and a spokesman says he's evaluating options. This as a New York City grand jury continues its probe of the former president over hush money payments before the 2016 election. Some Republicans accusing Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg of discussing that case with federal prosecutors.
Justice Department officials have said to me the mission here at DOJ has nothing to do with what Alvin Bragg is doing. These are two separate offices. This is federal, that state. They deny that there's any coordination between the two offices.
Fox's David Spunt at the Justice Department. Police interview the parents of the slain school shooter in Tennessee.
Metro Nashville Police Chief John Drake says the shooter, Audrey Hale, legally bought 7 firearms. 3 were used in the Monday attack. He says Hale's parents thought there was only one gun, which was sold as Hale dealt with mental issues. In fact,
she had been hiding several weapons within the house.
Police add their investigation leads to the belief the church school, not individuals inside, was the target of Hale's attack.
Fox's Gernal Scott. Hale, who was killed by police, was 28 and had a manifesto that also mentions other locations. For now, the motive remains under investigation. President Biden urging Congress again to pass an assault weapons ban.
And overwhelmingly a majority of gun owners agree. We have to do something. Not just everybody, the gun owners agree. There's a moral price to pay for inaction.
He's in North Carolina for a previously scheduled event at a semiconductor plant. America is listening to Fox News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Let's keep the temperatures on the chilly side going through the afternoon under partly sunny skies. 49-50 for the high. Tonight, clear cold. A light freeze away from the city. 30 degrees for the low. The city about 35. Wednesday, sunny and 59. Thursday, partly sunny. Just a tiny chance of a spot afternoon shower. Tough to find. And a nice 65 degrees. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
We are starting to tread into territory where that air conditioner might want to come on, especially at night. If it hits that 60-plus degrees at night, sometimes the house, the way it heats or cools just naturally, makes you want to be a little more cool in the evening. Well, if that's the case, have you thought about how functional your air conditioner is yet? Have you been thinking about whether or not it's going to work for you throughout this next spring and summer season? Because energy prices are through the roof. If you are overworking your system, you're going to cause it to run down sooner. And you're also likely going to end up paying a lot more in energy costs. Air Comfort Service is there to help make sure that you don't have to do that. You can sign up for a maintenance plan, pay monthly. They start at $15 a month. And if you pay monthly, The 12th month is free. You reach out to them at 314-513-0091. That's 314-513-0091. When you call Air Comfort Service, they are going to be able to set you up with a system or a plan or a maintenance check that suits your needs. 314-513-0091, aircomfortservice.com.
If you own a small business, you know the value of time. GetRefunds.com does too. That's why they've made it easy, no matter how busy you are, to apply for the Employee Retention Credit, or ERC. Go to GetRefunds.com to get started, and in less than 8 minutes, see if your business qualifies for ERC assistance. Your business may be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee kept on payroll during COVID-19. GetRefunds.com has already helped clients claim over $3 billion in payroll tax refunds through the ERC. And they may be able to help your business too. There's no upfront charge either. They don't get paid until your business gets its refund. Many businesses believe they won't qualify based off incomplete or outdated information, so don't let this opportunity pass you by, because this payroll tax refund is only available for a limited time. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
Adam, man, your aunt parties are the best. I mean, you always find the best kitchens with all the crumbs.
Thanks, man. I love finding these homes to do this at.
Oh, man, who just pulled up?
Oh, no, it's the pest control company again with those green wheels. They seem to kill every one of my parties.
This is Derek, the owner of All Solutions Pest Control. Give us a call today at 636-486-7888. We'd love to help you out. Learn more about our special $67 offer. You can visit us online at allsolutionspestcontrol.com.
If a pest-free home is your goal, call All Solutions Pest Control.
If you're experiencing a spring hiring rush, then you need Indeed. Their powerful all-in-one hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Want to find your next great hire? Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Did you know the average family home takes on 40 pounds of dust per year? It's the dust and debris that can worsen allergies, asthma, and cause discomfort in your home. Call 314-474-2020. Mention Mark Reardon. Get $75 off any air duct cleaning package. Spell it backward or forward. It smells the same. Zero res.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
Awesome. That's what I'm talking about.
97.1 FM Talk.
I look forward to hearing the station all day.
Everyone is welcome.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show, and I will welcome you back to Mission Depot. HEROESCare.org is where you can go right now to learn more about what we are experiencing today live on location. Back with John Jerome, President and CEO of HEROESCare. John, welcome back to the show.
Oh, it's been a wonderful day. So far, so much fun.
Has it been a good day here?
Oh, it's been amazing. I mean, I turn around and like I said, it's a surprise every day. Watching the active duty military putting the shoes on a veteran, it just brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how everybody's helping and everybody wants to do something.
Yeah, people want to participate, and it's good to see, as I was mentioning before, the community come out and serve those people who have served us. Mm-hmm. And even amongst us service members here volunteering as well to be a part of what you do here at Mission Depot and HEROESCare. So for people who are just joining us right now, let's just briefly go over what HEROESCare is and what you've created here with this Mission Depot opportunity.
HEROESCare is, over the past 20 years, transformed from care packages into a full-service military charity, which is, with the depot, we're now able to do one-stop, whatever help you need. Can I give you the numbers?
Yeah, you were talking to me about this on the break, and it's not just come in and I'm looking at a bunch of amazing brand new shoes, name brand shoes, high-end shoes. Same thing with coats and jackets and purses and all of this stuff. You also offer services for these people Explain what kind of services you offer and what kind of day today has been.
Well, we have everything from your veteran service officer to file your benefits, free legal counseling, employment. We'll have your haircutting, we'll have counseling, all here in the facility. We've had stories today of it's not true. This is not. I can't go shopping for free.
Can't believe it.
There is nothing. Nobody does that. And it's like, no, that's what this is about. Is it's a thank you and it's a help for you to give you that little breathing space to say thank you for the service that you've already given and the sacrifices you made. We want to give you that little step up, not a handout.
So you have these services available to people, and today is the grand opening. We got to cut a ribbon before. That was pretty exciting. And this is open to anybody who has served, is serving, or will be serving. And these services that you've talked about, you keep calling them VSOs. Tell me about that.
A veteran service officer is qualified to file benefits through the VA in order to get your disability ratings and to get some of the things fixed that may have gone wrong. One of the things that we've encountered since 2014 is some stressors of the PTSD syndrome that they were giving either dishonorable discharge or a less than honorable discharge, without taking into the fact that they were deployed, they got into a situation, and we have to go back over that and get that changed to an honorable or at least a general discharge so they get their benefits. Once they get that qualification, how do we get them their monthly income for what disabilities they have? 20 years ago, when I first started, I had no idea about Vietnam. And the Vietnam vets were coming to us, being a military charity, saying, well, I need to get my VA benefits. Well, it's been 40 years.
Right.
Yeah, you should have filed it back then.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do is get our guys to say, hey, I had this disability, I fell off the truck. Let me at least get the 10% disability so when I turn 65 and I need that knee replaced, they're going to qualify for it to be free.
Sure.
Or we're not doing it 20 years from now.
Yeah. So these folks who you have helping people who walk in here with legal services or job placements, Boeing is here. We see a lot of support from Amazon. They have volunteers here as well. But let's talk about, like, say, legal services or job placements. Well, people who have come into here today, what kind of success have you seen?
Well, we've had 250 people, around 250 people, veterans, show up today to benefit from us today.
That's amazing.
The veteran service officer, I just got done talking with them. On average, they'll get maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 new clients sitting at John Cochran at the medical facility. They'll maybe get 1 to 3 new clients every week. 25 veterans signed up today to get benefits. That means we've changed 25 lives.
Yeah.
We're going to get them the benefits that they deserve.
What kind of difference for people who are not in the military? When you get those benefits, how much does that change your life?
Depending upon the rating that they get them, everything from free medical for life to being able to get that knee replaced when they turn 65, or just anywhere from $350 to $1,000 to $2,000 a month in income.
It's life changing.
It's life changing.
Yeah. What about jobs?
Jobs, Boeing, I just talked with them. They talked to 75 people today, 75 veterans they got to talk to, and 10 of them they're highly interested in. So it's
also life changing.
You want to make that difference, and they now have that ability to talk with them, and they've met that one-on-one, and that's what my veterans want. Our phone folks that were here to do the phone that talks to you, 5 new clients, all in one day.
Yeah.
And our legal services, she talked to 5 new clients that she got signed up that have legal problems that now have found a way out of it and a way to get free legal counseling. They've been afraid to go call somebody because they didn't know who to call. We want them to trust us. We want them to see that we're here, we're doing it right, and we're doing it for free, and we're doing it to say thank you to them.
So we've gotten some questions for folks who are watching us on the YouTube Live. We've got some questions from folks, and if you want to ask one of those questions, just go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel right now, and I will highlight a couple of those. We've discussed how people can come here and volunteer and be a part of this. This doesn't function without volunteers.
Everything is volunteer. We only have 5 paid staff.
How long are the shifts if you sign up to come be here and to help? What are you committing to?
They're 9 to 3 is when the volunteers come in and when they leave, normally. That is whatever you need, whatever you want. If you go online to our website, go to the calendar, pick a day you want to come in, put in your name, phone number, and email address, and then you show up that day and we'll show you what we're going to do. And it could be anywhere from sorting the Amazon to detagging to actually meeting the veterans and walking them through like today.
Yeah.
The shift is as long as you want. If you can only spend 2 hours, spend 2 hours.
Take the 2 hours. Another question here is someone said, how do you prove you're a vet? What do you need to have in order to qualify to participate?
Well, any honorable or any discharged vet will have a DD-214, or they'll have the VA card, or now you can get your driver's license and say you're a veteran. And these are all things that we're going to show them. If they don't already have that, we're going to have it for them. We're going to show them how to do that. So it's very easy to get your 10% discount at Lowe's.
Fantastic. We're speaking with John Jerome. He's the CEO and president of Heroes Care. We are on location in High Ridge at Mission Depot for their grand opening and seeing so many people be served by this great place and so many people serving here at this great opportunity to help your community and to give thanks to people who have given so much to protect our country, to fight for our country, to put themselves out there on that line. So I'm wondering right now, after today, after the grand opening, what happens next? Somebody's listening right now, and I'm thinking of the person who's listening right now who isn't the veteran, but who knows the stubborn veteran, who could be blessed by this place.
They explain to them this is what you heard. You're giving a vouching for what you saw.
Yeah.
And come in and visit. And if your veteran won't come yourself. I'll take you on a tour of the place. You can see how it all works, and one of the volunteers will walk you through, show you what it is, and then bring your veteran. Make sure that they come. If it's not to see the place, but to see other veterans interacting with other veterans, it gives them an opportunity to one-on-one talk with somebody they haven't talked with in a long time.
Yeah. You took me on a tour, a full tour around this. It's a very large space. And you talked about how, they get to come in monthly and take, 10 of these things or 24 of those things. What kind of walk me through somebody who would visit here monthly, what they would have access to?
They would have access to, we have kind of a cap. It's on a monthly allotment of 25 food items. So whatever 25 food items you decide.
You just pick them up.
You pick them up. You pick them. So it's not a food pantry in the sense that here's the box and you're taking it. It's, excuse me, what is it that you use? If you like the mac and cheese rather than the instant coffee pot things, it's a high variety because of all of the donations we receive. We have what we call miscellaneous items, which is anything from household cleaners to the stick-up things you put on your hanging pictures, to shampoos, deodorants, razor blades, whatever it is. A household item, which is normally somewhere in the area of between $50 to $100, which is a new coffee pot, an espresso machine, a crock pot, and then 10 articles of clothing. So it's, if you're wanting to go back to school for your kids, come in, grab the clothing that you need, save $300 or $400.
For sure.
Use that on something else. If you need back to school supplies, we have those.
I can't stress enough to the quality of the products that are being made to the people who deserve quality. This is not a scenario where you're going in and you're picking over the stuff that somebody cleaned out of their closet and dumped that they don't want anymore, and you get to pick through that. That's not what it is. This is name brand, in some case high-end, brand new, tags still on merchandise that places like, list off some of the places who make monthly or frequent regular donations to what you're doing here.
Men's Warehouse and Joseph Banks, they donate a tractor trailer of their menswear every month.
You have beautiful brand new suits back there.
Brand new suits, $600 to $800 suits, never been worn. They need to be hemmed.
What do they, when people come here and need a suit, what kind of scenarios present themselves where they need a suit?
They're going out for a job interview. They're going to a wedding. They're going to a formal something. And since they're within the military, military member, when they're active military, they don't own suits. Because if they're going to a funeral or something, they wear their dress blues. If they're going to a wedding, they wear their dress blues. But when they get out, they don't have these things anymore that they wear, and that's where the suit comes in. If they're going out on an interview, if they get a job where they have to wear the suit, they come back in, we give them form where they get a week's worth of suits. So they get 5 suits to wear a different suit every day.
That's such a blessing. I mean, that is an expense, and it's just part of what you do here.
And it's the extending of a hand to say, don't be afraid of taking that job because of the expenses of what you're going to incur on having to wear a suit.
Yeah.
It's already taken care of. Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You're qualified, go for it.
You've got beautiful dresses back there, too, for women who, might find themselves in the same position. They need some professional wear, and they're looking for that opportunity. And I'm looking at some, just happens to be right in front of us, but beautiful winter coats.
Yeah, Michael Kors, Coach, Kate Spade, Ralph Lauren, they all donate, and we get them by the tractor trailer load. That's why we're saying we'll be doing between 30, hopefully 30 veterans every day. And it'll be 150 veterans will be able to shop every week.
Yeah.
And then you just keep running those numbers up, and we'll be helping thousands and thousands of families every month make sure that they make their expenses and to take that little breath that they deserve.
For sure. And the other thing that I've noticed too, as a mom, I can't help but notice that you have stuff here for kids too. The people who come in here, their mothers, their fathers. They might be grandfathers. They might be grandmothers. They might be aunts or uncles. You have opportunities here to help those kids who are serving their country by being, connected to these people who are serving their country as well.
We just had a Vietnam vet that walked out of here, and he was making the comment, I just got a great grandbaby, and this is going to be perfect for her. And it's like, those are the kind of things that they would like to buy, but the money isn't there.
Yeah.
Well, it gives them the ability to give that present that they never would have.
Well, thank you, John, for sitting here with us and for giving us this opportunity to showcase what you were doing here. HEROESCare.org. What's the best thing that if people, is there a way to donate? Can people donate funds?
Donate online, donate monthly, donate your product that's you haven't sold and you're ready to move it on. Just donate it here.
There's opportunities for businesses that are in the area that want to maybe provide a day of service.
Day of service, like I said, you could bring up to 80 employees at one time.
Yeah.
And then just make a day of it. And if you want to do a Saturday, just call. Our coordinator will set up a day, and we'll just put you all to work because we need all the help we can get.
That's right. There's work to do, folks, and we can be a part of that solution. John, thank you so much. We're going to be out here till 3 p.m. I encourage you to go to HEROESCare.org. If you're inspired by what you are hearing, or if you're watching us on the live stream seeing today and you want to make a donation and you don't have the time right now to be able to dedicate to it, I encourage you to do that. No donation is too small. You can make a difference. You can be a part of something positive. And boy, I cover the news every day. We could really use something positive, don't you think? All right, John, thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break right now. We're going to be back right after this. The whole crew is here broadcasting live from Mission Depot at Heroes Care in High Ridge, Missouri. This is a beautiful country. I am so grateful for the opportunity to be out here, and I hope that you will take the time as well to visit this amazing place and lend your support or use these services if they apply to you. We'll be back in a minute. I can't tell you how much I just love people coming up to me and saying, tell me about those socks some more. And I say, it's Prevent Sprain Socks. Go to PreventSprainSocks.com and start learning about how you can protect your ankles and your feet when you continue to maintain activity. If you have ever rolled your ankle, I did when I was an athlete in high school, and I've paid for it ever since. Of course, like a doofus, I had to come back and play as soon as possible, and that did not help it heal properly, which means now as an adult, if I'm boxing, if I'm playing basketball with my kids or volleyball, if I roll my ankle right now, the world doesn't just stop revolving around me. I have to keep moving. I have to keep working. I have to keep taking care of my kids. I can't afford rolled ankles. That's why I wear PreventSprainSocks.com. Coaching the kids that we've coached, boys and girls in basketball, they love them too. Get your pair to keep yourself active when you're walking, when you're running, playing pickleball, playing sports. These are the best socks on the market. I stand by that. I'm a user myself, and I want you to check them out as well. Go online to PreventSprainSocks.com.
Baseball is back. The free Odyssey app lets you listen to local coverage for the team you love, live stream your favorite sports radio station, or jump back and listen to the best segments on demand.
Don't forget we talk to the manager every Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Don't listen to some guy from the other side of the country tell you about your team. Live conversations for your local team. No matter where you are, your season, your Odyssey. Get in the game and download the free Odyssey app today.
Updating your home with James Hardie Siding has never been more popular. With all the options available, you need a partner to ensure you maximize your investment. Siding Express is ready to refresh the appearance of your home or totally transform the look by installing Hardie Shake, Board and Batten, lap siding, or a stone accent to make it your dream home again. Siding Express is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor. They also carry Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. Need ideas? Go to sidingexpress.com and schedule a free, no obligation information consultation today. SightingExpress.com.
What's your favorite four-letter word? Chances are you've said it more than a few times dealing with this crazy world we live in. But at Compass Retirement Solutions, our four-letter word of choice is hope. Hope for a better tomorrow. And hope that your retirement plans don't take a back seat. You've watched inflation soar, and maybe your retirement future feels a little uncertain right now. But all hope is not lost. Find out exactly how much risk you're still taking with your investments. Find out how you may be able to save big on taxes. And find out how having a written retirement plan just might give you the hope you've been looking for. Call today to set up a meeting. 314-373-1598. That's 314-373-1598. Compass Retirement Solutions. 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services but does not provide tax advice. Investments and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory firm in Missouri and Illinois. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
If you own a home in St. Louis and you want to sell it as is, without any inspections or the need to make any repairs, call Chris Buys Homes, stlouis.com at 314-782-8000 and get your cash offer without any obligation, commissions, banks, or headaches. Chris buys vacant homes, inherited homes, fixer-uppers, beautiful homes, even the tenant who won't pay the rent apartment. Google us. Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis, and check out our best reviews from satisfied customers. When you sell to Chris, you decide when you want to move, according to your schedule and your terms. Go to our website, chrisbuyshomes.stlouis.com, or call Chris at 314-782-8000. That's 314-782-8000, and get the offer you've been waiting for. 314-782-8000.
Download the Odyssey app to listen to 97.1 FM Talk and find content that moves you. Anytime, anywhere. The Odyssey app for 97.1 FM Talk on the go.
All right, Brian says we're good. Brian, are you having fun today? Brian is like, I am not here to speak, which is why I'm asking you questions. Brian, put him on the mic.
All right, Brian, here you go.
Brian is the engineer. He is the best engineer in the business.
Hey, y'all.
Is this pretty cool? You've been out here the longest of all of us. Have you enjoyed watching these people come in? He's checking his levels. Look at that.
No, I love it. I love helping the veterans and everything, love helping them. So, I'm here.
It's great.
Loving it.
Well, we appreciate you. You've kept us on the air the entire time. We were talking before the show started about the one time Brian was helping us with the, Brad and Hannah, you'll remember this, the golf tournament. And somebody bumped into the power supply and knocked it or something like that. We just completely lost all power at one time.
They killed our power switch.
Yeah.
And everything went dead.
And Brian handled it really well, all things considered. He's nodding in affirmation. He's here to push the buttons and make everything work. He's doing a great job. Hannah, you said that we have some comments right now on the YouTube live chat poll, which is, are you proud to be an American? What can you tell us? What are people saying so far?
Comments. There we go. Craig from YouTube says, if you're not proud to be an American, you're probably not a true American. Alec says that he voted yes on the poll, that he is proud. He actually enlisted in the Army while he was in high school. He was medically discharged the day he was going to basic. Jordan says, yes, I'm proud. We have so many freedoms that other countries don't have. I believe we are the only country that was founded on Christianity. The good always outweighs the evil. Colonial from YouTube said, it's been more difficult to be proud to be an American lately, but I've been a patriot since I was like 5.
That's good. You ever meet like super patriotic kids? My daughter, I don't know if she qualifies. Yeah, she probably does. My 10-year-old daughter had to do a project for history, and she walked up to my husband, who teaches middle school history, and goes, Mom, or Dad, I think I want to do my project on the Bill of Rights. It's probably my husband's favorite day that he's been alive. Yes. So we have a like a trifold board at home. It's just like hanging out in the house, and it's the Bill of Rights. And I just think if somebody came into my house and walked in for whatever particular reason and saw like a displayed project with the Bill of Rights, they'd probably think I made her do that. I did not make her do that. If I did it, I probably would have like done the history of Disney World or something like that. But no, you see a patriotic kid. Do you ever tell your kids to say thank you to vets, Ryan?
Well, we talk about what it means, not just veterans, but law enforcement and a lot of those things, because they don't encounter people in fatigues as often as they would in uniform. But, same principles apply. And yeah, it's funny is once you tell them, it sticks with them. And then they
seek it out.
Yeah, you forget that you've already taught them that lesson, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to teach you this lesson." They're like, "Dad, we know." And then other times they'll bring it up without you bringing it up, and just shame you. Like you didn't like salute that man as he walked by, Dad. Oh yeah, you did though, right?
You get shamed by your kids at home?
Oh yeah. I mean, whenever I teach them things that are good, and then I forget to do those things, they don't let me forget it.
My kids will see somebody be shopping at like Walmart or Target or something, and there'll be somebody 2 aisles over, and they're like, we gotta go tell them thank you. And I'm always like kind of torn, like, do we disrupt? They're picking out their cereal right now. Like, let them shop in peace, but they want to do it so much. And I tell you what, it seems to me, my experience has been every time a veteran is approached by my kids to say thank you, they always seem very grateful for that opportunity. Drew, producer back in the studio, had a caller who wanted to react on today. Drew, tell us about Darren.
Yeah, so Darren Brown, he's the commander of the VFW's 8th District. He just called to say thank you for all the things you guys are doing for veterans.
Oh, well, it's our pleasure. It's nice to be able to serve those who've served. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe it doesn't seem like this is the most in vogue thing to do right now. Like, I imagine if it were 1949 or 1950, it would be, you think back to like Captain America, like all of the hyper patriotic stuff that they were doing at that time, that it would be trendy and the cool thing to do to, be on team pro military. But right now there's a lot of entities out there, military, law enforcement certainly is included in that, maybe even more so. So you kind of, I don't know, you get an opportunity like this, you kind of want to lean into it and almost, I don't know, be a little obnoxious about being pro-military and pro-America.
No, I know what you mean, because it's not exactly like this is countercultural, but we've been talking to them this week, I think a lot of people have, about that Wall Street Journal poll regarding patriotism and how people who think patriotism is something that's important to be in our country has just plummeted since, I think it was 2019 is when it was still pretty high, and then it has just dropped like crazy throughout basically this last couple of years. And so it is important to do things like this to say, almost as a realignment, a plumb line to say, hey, remember what's important. Our veterans are very, very important, and law enforcement and people who are willing to step into these situations that a lot of us are not either able to or willing to say thank you for years afterwards, because we're seeing people come in who have been veterans, like you said, World War II veterans.
Yeah.
Even.
I was so excited to see that, because my grandpa served in World War II, and I am so proud of the fact that he served. He was in the Army. He was a topographer in the Army, and it just makes me very proud of that. But my grandpa's been gone it'll be 20 years next year, which is kind of crazy to believe. I was old enough to know and respect what he did, and he talked about it a little bit. He wrote a book that he provided for my family pretty much. He wrote down his story, which I'm so grateful to have. But I can't imagine the eras of veterans that we've had come home and the different ways that we have treated all of them. And it's weird to me to associate people who are my age with being, I guess, I don't know if it's the right term, but like post-service veteran status, where you've gone in, you have done multiple tours in all over the world, and you've experienced these things that civilians like you and I will never understand what they've seen, what they've been a part of, what they have fought for. We just know that they're doing it. And then they come back, and I mean, there should be a parade for every single person. And there isn't, but there is Mission Depot, and there is HEROESCare. You can go to HEROESCare.org. There is an opportunity for you to come be a part of this and warm your heart. I have to say, Brad, I think that knowing, if we weren't here today, what the news coverage would look like today after the Nashville school shooting, and details that continue to come out. Like, is it the responsible thing to do to still be hammering that story? Should we be covering every minute by minute? I'm glad we're here and we are doing something that is necessary every day.
Yeah, whenever you get hit with a big old, I don't know, hammer of just evil in this world, it's good to follow it up with good. You look around and this is people helping people. This is veterans helping veterans. This is people helping veterans and thanking veterans for their service. It's a chance to see that there is good in this world. And like you said, the news cycle always seems like it's so dark. And it's really not. And if go back to Mr. Rogers here, he said whenever he was little, he would always ask his mom in a disaster situation, why are things so bad? And his mom would always give him the advice, look for the helpers. And we're here not just looking for them, we're in the midst of them. There's a lot of great things and a lot of great people doing things around here.
Yeah. Hannah, how about some more comments from people who are watching us? Got quite a crowd over on the Annie Frey YouTube channel. We want your vote in it, and I really want this to be an overwhelming. Yes, when I create the polls, I usually try to create something that's going to be, maybe 60-40, maybe if we've got more options, that it's going to be a real way to check the pulse of the people who are in the Annie Frey Show family every day. I don't usually ask questions that I anticipate to be an overwhelming consensus on one way or the other. I haven't looked at the results today. I'm not going to look at them until you give them to us later. But are you proud to be an American is the poll today. And it's yes or no. Hannah says to me, she goes, just those two options? And I said, yeah. Because you either are or you are not. Right. There is no in between.
Clayton from YouTube says, Americans need to be more proud. I fly 2 American flags on my main truck every day. Larry follows up with that and says, always be proud to be an American, just not proud of this embarrassing administration and the poor policies that are causing chaos in this country and as well as around the world. Dirk says that he is 100% without a doubt proud to be an American. He doesn't believe there is a better country out there. Michael says, I am proud of our country, that is the people, because when the chips are down, we rally to help one another. Heroes Care is a perfect example of that. Mr. Powder Keg says, hell yes, I'm proud to be an American. Even the country's screwed up right now, he's still proud of the country. He's proud of his flag, and he's damn proud of the veterans. That's a great comment. Karen Copper.
I think everybody knows a powder keg in their life. You might actually, most people listening are probably a powder keg.
Yeah, they're all powder kegs.
If you don't know the powder keg in your life, you are the powder keg in your life.
I love that. Karen says, I thank God for living in the USA. In spite of all of our failings, we are the freest people in the world. So she is certainly proud to be an American. Jaded says, I will never not be proud to be an American either. The poll results, you want to get to those later?
No.
Okay.
Get on there and vote. If you've got multiple profiles, how proud are you to be an American? I'm 6 Google profiles proud to be an American. We want to get in as many people here as we possibly can, and we will give those results when we return. We're broadcasting live from Mission Depot at HEROESCare. Your full detailed information is available at HEROESCare.org. Go to the website and support them today. I'm asking people, nobody told me I could do this. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm asking you to make a donation today, a small one. Make a $9.71 donation to HEROESCare. I don't even know if that's possible, but if it is, go to the website, find out how you can make a monetary donation. If you can't make that happen, or even if you can, figure out how you can come spend a day here serving your community, serving those who have served us. Show me a better use of your time. You can't. HEROESCare.org. The results of that poll when we come back, broadcasting live in High Ridge, Missouri. So grateful to be here. Don't go away.
Got a smile like Lionel Richie, big and bright, need shades just to see me. Trying to stay alive just like I'm the Bee Gees. I'm Mona Lisa.
To know Jen Teskey is to love Jen Teskey, and you're going to call her here at 618-541-1010 or text her and tell her Annie said hi and you're interested in talking to her some more. 618-541-1010. But like I said, to know Jen is to love Jen, because when you start working with Jen and you see how hard this girl hustles and how hard her team hustles around her, they are a unit that is successful, that is motivated, that can help you buy or sell your home on the Illinois side. Jen Teskey is with RE/MAX Alliance. She has accolades galore, especially from people like me who have watched her work, seen her success, And I know that she does it by doing things the right way and just hustling as hard as she possibly can. She is going to guide you through the process of selling your home. She is going to help position you to get top dollar and to sell fast. If you are considering selling your house, I'm going to say even within the next year, the next 12 months, you might like to list your house, get Jen Teskey on the phone, send her a text message, and get the process started today. No pressure, but just open that conversation. Jen Teskey is the best. Get her on your team today. 618-541-1010, 618-541-1010.
We expect our information in real time. U.S. Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 800-730-8405 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check. As easy as, that's 800-730-8405.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning program that's actually changing the lives of early learners everywhere.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
Right now, we're offering a special radio promo to try it free for a month, but you have to go to abcmouse.com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio.
Sponsored by Age of Learning.
Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
No paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
You've listened to 97.1 FM Talk. You've heard of Doug Voss of Voss Financial and Safe Money Radio, as he has been a staple as the financial expert on the station for many years. You can hear him on Safe Money Radio several times a weekend right here on 97.1 FM Talk. And you can talk to Doug Voss directly. Here's his number. Call Doug at 844-676-SAFE. That is 844-676-7233. Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through D.H. Hill Securities, LLLP. Member FINRA and SIPC.
Did you know the average family home takes on 40 pounds of dust per year? It's the dust and debris that can worsen allergies, asthma, and cause discomfort in your home. Call 314-474-2020. Mention Mark Reardon. Get $75 off any air duct cleaning package. Spell it backward or forward. It smells the same. Zero-res.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Air Comfort Service offers insulation services. Did you know 9 out of 10 homes are under-insulated? Increase your energy savings and comfort with better insulation. For details, visit aircomfortservice.com.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Tuesday afternoon, it's our weekly visit with Brian Kilmeade. Also, Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey swings by for a visit.
Weekdays from 3 to 6. The Mark Reardon Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Thank you. How much of that did we just broadcast?
They didn't get all of it.
Okay. Did they get some of it?
Maybe.
Drew, you putting us on the air and I don't know it?
He was probably talking to you and you couldn't hear
You
him.
didn't have your headphones in, so.
I know. Hannah, what's that like?
Couldn't tell you. I've been wearing them a lot recently.
Somebody go, Annie, shut up. You are live on the air. We're talking about April Fool's jokes that we would like to play on each other. I almost gave it all away. We're not going to do that.
Well, let's
Probably.
not say it on the air because we might still do it to Mark Cox.
No! I advocate Mark Reardon.
Or Reardon, either way.
Who would handle an April Fool's joke from the Annie Frey Show better? Maybe that could be a
man.
poll.
That's a great question. That's a great question.
Who
and
should
then
we prank?
whoever wins the poll, we will do that to.
Or the opposite.
Or, yeah. whoever's who will handle it worse will do it to
Then they'll be bracing themselves the entire time. Welcome back to the Andy Frey Show. We are broadcasting live, and I now am involved in that as well, knowingly, from Mission Depot at HEROESCare in High Ridge, Missouri. Hi, Tricia.
Hi, Annie.
Thanks
and
for
team.
Yes, we're all here. We're enjoying this day. I want to give Ryan an opportunity here.
Ryan.
That's weird. What
Hi.
is
I was just saying hi on behalf of the team because you said hi on behalf of you, so I was saying hi.
Yeah?
Just waving. Yeah, just waving.
We're all
Don't worry
properly
about it.
greeted.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Everybody's good.
Trisha and Ryan were waving at each other, and they're sitting 2 feet apart from one another, and they've been talking for an hour. So I'm just feeling like I'm missing out on a lot here. And it's my show, and I don't know what's happening, and I don't know when I'm on the air. My bad. Let's talk about something else that's positive here, Ryan. What can you tell us about this Jeep Invasion charity event?
Yeah, so they're giving away a Jeep to a veteran at this
awesome.
event, which is going to be in August, on August 6th. And all proceeds benefit Jeeps for Heroes. So this all kind of goes right back into
Jeeps
these
for Heroes.
organizations. Yeah. And some of that's going to come back to HEROESCare. So this is just a great organization, and they're getting Jeeps to give away. So that's pretty cool.
These are like Jeeps. These are real Jeeps that you can drive.
No, yeah, this isn't like a toy
like a toy.
Jeep. I mean, there are toy Jeeps here
Yeah,
too,
they have
which is also cool.
They do have a toy Jeep raffle there.
Yes.
All the proceeds, so they work with HEROESCare as well. So the proceeds are going back to veterans, back to veterans charities. It's all
Hand
all
in hand.
one, hand in hand.
So if you want to
And
come
Jeep and
to
Jeep.
be a part of this event, it's on August 6th. It's called the 2023 Jeep Invasion Charity Event.
Is there anything we can do to support it right now? Or do you-
Jeeps for Heroes. I think you got to just
Jeeps
look
for
up
Heroes.
Jeeps for Heroes. yeah.
Okay, very cool. It's been a wonderful day. It's been so neat. Trisha, you've been out here for a while too. You came out earlier before and did a site check. What's been your impression of Mission Depot and HEROESCare and what they're doing for this community?
I am astounded by the networking that John Jerome and HEROESCare does for veterans and veterans charities. It is incredible. You come in and everything a veteran would need for whatever the mission is here because of years and years of helping veterans and networking. And it's incredible.
Yeah. Hannah, you walked around and did the tour earlier with Ryan Wiggins.
Oh, yes.
Did you see parts of this you hadn't seen before?
Yeah, there was a ton. They have so much more than just clothing. They have home items, self-care items. They have it all here. They have all their services lined up on the wall.
Did you see the deluxe king size candy bars?
Yes, of course, Ryan got stuck in the candy aisle for a while, and he was like, "This is the best candy."
I was amazed because it was bigger than king size.
Can we
Yeah, it
real
was
quick,
great.
Can we just interject here? Todd, our friend Todd from the
Yes.
from the YouTube live chat brought us some banana bread, and Trisha goes, "Is this listener food?" And I, yeah, it looks really good. So we all ate some. And
So good.
Ryan? What else did Todd, speaking of candy, bring you here?
He brought some Chico sticks, which is cool. He brought some dinosaur gummies, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And he brought some White Claws, which is, I don't know if that's cool or
The
not.
best flavor.
It is a
Very
good
manly.
flavor. Black cherry White Claw. So I guess I do have to drink
You
these
notice
at
how
some
when
point.
every time he talks about White Claw, he lowers his voice. He's like talking like this. He's like, Black Cherry, White Claw.
You know what?
It's like the Monster Jam guy.
You know what the problem with that is? Is that it's true.
Yeah.
Is that I do that. I don't even notice I'm doing it. I'm doing it again right now.
Say it, Black Cherry, White Claw.
Just Black Cherry White Claw. I don't even know if I'm going to drink it because I'm pretty
To
tough.
drink what?
Black Cherry White Claw.
I'm pretty tough.
But I mean, there's only 100 calories and it's gluten free. So.
Unbelievable.
But it's been fun. I mean, lots of people coming by and people finding out about the organization. We were doing the live stream tour,
You
me
have
and
to scoot
Hannah.
closer to me if we're going to get on this camera together.
No, it's all right.
You keep your White Claw over there. Oh, not that close. All right.
Now
we're
it's
good.
just me in the camera. Hey, there we go. We were walking around when you were talking to John earlier about the impact that just doing this broadcast today has had, which was super cool. I mean, I talked to him a little bit before you guys did that, and just the number of people who have signed up to work, to find employment, among several other, I would say, ministries or different charity options that they have here. It's been dramatic. I mean, he was saying some of the things that they do within a week, they've done within a few hours today. So that's great. And just the amount of people who are exposed to this great organization, which has been around for 20 years now, that weren't before, that's why we're here.
I think it's cool how much it's grown too over those 20 years. It started as a small, simple idea, and it just has expanded and expanded and expanded. Just shows you what some persistence and dedication can do. The YouTube live chat poll today is, are you proud to be an American? And I thought we should all answer that question before we get to any last featured comments that Hannah would like to read and the poll results. If you haven't voted yet, this is, we're in Missouri, so you probably frown on this, but I'm from Illinois, so go vote as many times as you can in this poll and be heard. I have to tell you, when I am driving into High Ridge, Missouri, I am impressed by, I feel like I'm in the Smoky Mountains. You're kidding. If you're from Illinois, you know what it's like to stand in a field and see for miles and miles and miles. And I'm like, oh, it's a hill. Look at that.
When I brought it up on
gigantic.
my phone to get the directions to come here, I don't know why, but it brought up a topography map. And I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
What is this? Change in
Different
elevation.
shades on this map.
Yes. And I can only imagine when I'm thinking about people who I've experienced this with that are from over here, and then you go spend some time and maybe drive through the country in Illinois, and you're like, where is everything? Where do you go? What do you do? And like, that's the point. Nothing. The goal is to get in as much as you can possibly get into the middle of nothing as you possibly can. At least that's been my goal. Brad, you can probably relate to that.
Yeah, I 100%
Yes.
can relate to that.
The further away that you can be from people and things and stuff.
Whenever I drive through Illinois,
That's probably not Ryan's. Ryan's like, where's the most conveniently located place?
all I think about is these dumb globalists going, well, we're overpopulated. And then I'm like, look at all these farms.
Yeah.
You dumb globalists.
For
There's
sure.
plenty of space.
Brad, we'll ask you first. Are you proud to be an American?
Well, I was rooting for Team USA during the World Baseball Classic, and I was incredibly frustrated when Team USA didn't win the World Baseball Classic. So, yeah, I'm proud to be an American. My country, my team.
Yeah. Fantastic. Trisha, what about you?
Yes, especially on days like today.
Yeah, I agree with that. Hannah?
Always proud to be an American. Good days, bad days. Always proud.
Ryan?
Despite our weaknesses and our divided nature right now, it's still the best place on earth. We're doing the most good. Proud to be here.
I think it's important to remember we went from yesterday, which was a really, really horrible day in our country. It's not going to be the last day that's like that in our country, where we experience and it is not possible to understand somebody who would go into a school and take the lives of children, or anybody for that matter. There is such brokenness that exists right now in our country, but it is not unique to our country. And when people talk about where our country has come from, how we were born out of a group of people who said, you know what? We think that the people here that have come to this land deserve the right to govern themselves, and we're willing to die for that. That has repeated itself over and over and over again over history. Over time, there has been something about freedom that people have been willing to die for. Not everybody is willing to do that. You really have to have something that's so valuable and so important that you would have men and women generationally willing to die to protect it. And I'm looking around this room right now, and I see these people who have been willing to do that. I see families who are part of the sacrifice that it takes to be married to, or the mother or father of, or the son or daughter of somebody who has said, for my family, for my friends, for this country, I'm willing to sign up and do this. And I mean, that in and of itself makes me proud to be associated with it, and so grateful that we live in a country where it's up to the people to defend it. It's not up to the government to say we're going to maintain this, that we are going to, protect this thing and this power that we have. It's always been and will always be, until the day it no longer exists, up to the American people to say this is worth defending. And I believe that the reminder that you need to be refreshed in that is not on a TV screen. It's not on a radio show. It's not, at a big political fundraiser. It's in High Ridge, Missouri, at Mission Depot with HEROESCare. When we leave, and we're shining a big spotlight on this today, when we leave, this mission continues here, and it continues with you. And that's what America is all about. And so I am incredibly proud to be an American. And I hope that today, even in the midst of all of the news that we've been facing, that we'll dive right back into tomorrow, that the Mark Reardon Show's following us right here, they're going to be covering it as well. We got to do both. We've got to be able to give, like I said, the best way to put a smile on your face is to first put a smile on the face of somebody else. Find your way to do that. And if you don't know where to start with Heroes Care. You want to get to the rest of the poll, Hannah, and feature a couple more comments and hopefully give us the overwhelming results?
Yep. Quick Rick from YouTube says that he is always proud to be an American. The next comment might be my favorite one. Sarah Dan from Facebook said, my 7-year-old walked through the room as you stated the poll question. He immediately bursted into singing Lee Greenwood. Guess that answers the poll question for
that
us.
a kid. That a way.
Proud to be an American household. That is awesome. Lev from YouTube said, more than being proud, I am grateful to be an American. Sheepdog says, I am blessed to be an American. Vicky Long says, I will always be proud to be an American. May not support every administration, but the administration is not the country. The people behind you are the country.
Amen.
CD from YouTube says, I would say, yes, I'm very proud to be where I am, but that's not saying I'm proud of our leadership in our country. Some only see hate and can't see the beauty we have here versus elsewhere. Betsy says that she's proud to be an American, but not proud of the current administrations and the problems that they are being faced. We ready for the poll results?
Let's do it.
All right. Once again, the
I hope I don't
poll
have
is
to turn this
asking,
table over.
are you
At
proud?
Mission Depot, man, that'd be embarrassing.
Are you proud to be an American? With over 230 votes, 95% of the people said yes, they are proud to be an American. 5% said they are not.
Man, that makes me happy. I don't know who you 5%. There's always a 5%.
It's usually Hannah click on the wrong button.
Yeah.
Hannah, did you understand the question?
I did understand the question today, and I voted that I am proud.
Well, some words. Anybody want to say anything before we wrap it up here?
It was a great day.
Yeah, it's just great to see because not all veterans are in the same situation. We all know veterans, and they're cut from different cloth. And when you walk in here, you can tell that they are ready to receive you in whatever spot that you're in, whether you're here to even volunteer or rather you need services, you need employment services, legal services they talked about. It's a great organization, just getting to know it today.
Well, we appreciate you listening with us today. If you didn't get a chance to watch, we had a lot of fun here on the YouTube live stream. I got to use a gigantic gold scissors.
That was fun.
And
you cut your hair with it.
They said it could cut your hair, and I let them cut a little piece of my hair. I wonder where that hair went.
I hope they kept it.
Ryan kept it.
I was just gonna say, Ryan, you don't have that hair.
No, I don't have that.
You have a lock of my hair. That is not gonna end well.
I put it on eBay.
Heroes Care, gross. HEROESCare.org. Thank you so much for being with us today. Support this mission or support a mission. Don't go away. The Mark Reardon Show's up next. Can I tell you how excited I am that Kevin Sorbo is coming to St. Louis for Vitae Foundation's annual pro-life dinner? Kevin Sorbo,